Welcome, everybody, to Tales of Initiative. We all have a bunch of extra energy today. I am your game master this evening, Melissa, and we are being joined by part of the lovely cast of Sunset over Bengalia. Sadly, we are missing Dustin and we are missing Taylor today. Taylor's not feeling that hot, and Dustin has some school stuff. He's being smart and doing school stuff. So, unfortunately, we don't have them today, but we will continue on in spirit to playing our wonderful campaign called Heart of Ice with, I have it with me, hold on, I'm professional, using the system Monsters and Counselors from Pandion Games. You guys should I highly recommend you guys go grab this. It is nice and affordable, it's nice and small, very simple and easy to use, and you can make a lot of really cool and fun stories with this. Before we get into any of the campaign today with the penultimate, maybe last episode of this, depending on how stuff goes, I'm somewhat scared. But we have amazing sponsors that we would actually like to talk about, and also a little heads up with regards to next week. Next week, excuse me, Tales of Initiative won't have any live streams going on next week, just because next week's Gen Con, and a couple of the lovely folks here will actually be at Gen Con. So I don't know if you two want to talk about Gen Con a little bit, since you, especially since you, Matt, have some stuff that you're also doing at Gen Con.
I'll be running some events, so if you feel like showing up, having fun, technically they're all sold out, but get some generic tickets. Maybe there'll be some empty seats. You can join in.
And not only that, but Matt is also the creator and the founder of Day 20, one of our amazing sponsors. They, along with the plethora of other amazing sponsors that we have, such as Level 1 Gamers, we also have Buried Without Ceremony, who is the maker of the Quiet Year. We also have Fernway Dice as another one of our amazing sponsors, TA Maps as an amazing sponsor, GameStop. All the nerds out there, we got GameStop.
Diamond Hands.
I still don't get the Reddit reference, unfortunately. So,
Y'all need to educate yourselves about the flourishing ape economy. Hodl. Revertibles gets it. Revertibles is hodling. We will hodl to the moon.
all I know is just the Baha-ha blast.
Baha-ha blast.
Baha. I'm just trying to make sure. Ember Wind, also another amazing sponsor. And actually, I have a little bit of a note from Derek, who is the creator of Ember Wind and the owner of Ember Wind. If I could actually grab the... I know where it is. There it is. So, just a little bit of more insight on Emberwind. It is not a release, but Emberwind has actually been nominated for the best GM-less game and will be appearing at the Crit Awards at Gen Con. So if any of you are going to Gen Con, make sure to go and check out the amazing content that Emberwind has created. Also, towards the direction of August, there is a new subclass that will actually be released very soon, featuring the Firebrand. Which is an ardent subclass that plays with the purifying powers of fire, healing allies, and extinguishing enemies, which leans in heavily to the legend of Himiko. I am still reading all this stuff, and there's a lot. But there's plenty of other Kickstarters and updates that will be coming out throughout the rest of the year towards Gen Con and beyond Gen Con. So make sure all of you go and check that out, and keep your eyes peeled if you guys are over at Gen Con this year, next week. I'm trying to make sure.
I'll just say, one of the things that I am doing at Gen Con is I'm running 2 events for Trials of the Undying. That adventure will be out August 1st for general sale. So if you want a dynamic and scalable, heavy combat adventure that can be played for any level of D&D 5e, it'll be out. It'll be fun.
It's a good time.
Yeah. And I believe that's actually all of our sponsors that we have to cover.
We've sponered out.
Yeah, we've sponered out. So, without further ado...
Our sponer has sputtered.
Oh my god. I will say this though, just as a disclaimer, because again, this is a horror game, and for those of you who are who don't have the stomach for it, I'm just gonna say verbatim what it says here in the rules for those of you so that you have time to click away. This is a horror game and can portray gruesome scenes, violence, and abuse against children, adults, and creatures. So if you're not into that stuff, you don't have to watch this stream, okay? We have other amazing content over on our YouTube channel in addition to other streams that we have here on our Twitch channel. So, hey, we'll give all
Flee
of
from
you
the
a
lemon
second.
horses.
Give all of you a second if you're not feeling comfortable with that stuff, which is perfectly okay.
Lemon horse.
I totally missed that reference, but I'm gonna keep going anyway.
Watch Tails Does Tales for all of the weird cross-in joking that me and Haley do.
So, without further ado, I'd say, are we ready to get started on our fourth episode of this?
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. And it's time
I'm
for.
scared.
I'm scared. Oh no.
Then it's time for a recap of Monsters and Counselors: Heart of Ice. So, in our last episode, Tara was a brand new counselor that had been introduced to the rest of the group, becoming the fourth bunkmate of the cabin in which K-Rock, Rowan, and Ebony had decided to make their home for the summer as camp counselors of Camp Brittlebone. Your narrator not dying, excuse me. After partaking a little bit in the devil's lettuce that also had Tara questioning what the contents exactly were in all of this, all of you decided to take a brief swim in Everhune Lake before it was time to actually retire for the evening. Past curfew, might I add. All of you had a little bit of fun in the water with regards to jumping in and just enjoying bending the rules a little bit and the freedom that goes with it. Unknowingly, towards Rowan unexpectedly kicked up a shoe that was hidden in the muck underneath the surface of the mud underneath the deck. All of you raced back over towards camp, towards the fire, making sure to dry off before you retired for the evening to what would be the first day, officially, of camp. All of the kids would show up a little bit later. All of you managed to go get breakfast in the morning, having your own slew of smorgasbords of just the marshmallows of cereal for K-Rock. Nothing but a giant heap of bacon and one apple for Tara, and then all of the amazing goodies that Rowan had, and Ebony. Ebony managed to reconnect with Katie, the cryptid keeper of all of the counselors, and managed to convince her to actually commission another shirt on the condition that she would come back as a counselor the next year, much to her displeasure. But she agreed anyway. In the midst of eating, Tara had looked up and noticed that Murray was adamantly speaking towards somebody else, unsure as to who exactly was on the other side of the door. In the efforts to try and get closer to see who exactly and what was being talked about, Tara unfortunately ate it, and was joined by K-Rock on the floor, with regards to, well, the mishap of tripping on a piece of plywood that was a little bit pried off of the floor. Everyone finished their breakfast and everyone was starting to leave the mess hall when Tara and K-Rock noticed that Murray was speaking to somebody who was in a Minnesota State Police car. Police car drove off where Murray looked rather stressed, which is not exactly normal for camp leader Murray. Murray decides to return towards the rest of the counselors and explain to everybody that he was made aware that there were 2 influencers who were recently found to be lost. Missing persons reports have been made, and they are unaccounted for. Murray assured all of the counselors that it is not their number 1 priority, and the number 1 priority is still taking care of the kids, and just something to be mindful of. Eventually, the kids and all the buses filled with the kids started to come towards the camp, where Donald, Mason, Ashley, and Kyle, our favorite campers of all of our favorite counselors here, made their presence known. And all of them started to get situated, divided up amongst all of the different groups. And our intrepid trio here, along with Ebony, who unfortunately is not here today, made their way over towards Lake Everhune, where they were going to go through fishing. How to hook a line, how to set up a line, and the joys that come with it. In the midst of all that, Mason, trying to hide his severe fear of water, was coerced by Ashley to actually come closer towards the water, being his little buddy. Donald, labeled K-Rock as old, explaining to him that he managed to make a remix of none other than the Dave Matthews Band, which all of our counselors love so dearly. Kyle, in the midst of being extremely passionate about fishing but not knowing what the hell to actually do, was guided by Tara as to what the easiest steps are, where not necessarily the most expensive stuff needs to be done for something as simple as fishing. In the midst of trying to get a new skill, Donald unfortunately hooked himself, literally and figuratively. Having a hook actually go through his whole thumb, where it clearly needed medical attention, and so did Mason as he saw what happened and completely keeled over. K-Rock and Rowan were successful in getting Donald and Mason towards the nurse's station, where Mason was able to wake up with the help of ammonia from K-Rock, only to puke his guts all over the floor. And Donald was able to have the hook successfully removed from his finger and to have it covered by Powerpuff Girls, leaving Donald to wonder if there's actually dinosaur band-aids at all in the nurse's station. There was a PA system, over the PA system, there was a notification that went off. One of the other counselors explaining it was time for lunch and all of the camp counselors and kids were to return back to the mess hall. Except Rowan noticed that it was usually Murray that made these notifications, not the counselors. And as we ended our last session with everyone returning to the mess hall for lunch, what our players do not know, and what all of you at home already know, is that the sheets in Murray's bed were strewn off, clothes were scattered all over the floor, and his shotgun was missing from its mount on the wall. And that's where we pick up. So all of you, with the notification over the PA system, would have collected your things, put everything respectively away for the next group when it would come to the next day, and all of you retire back to the mess hall for lunch, where you would reconvene with all of the other counselors there. When all of you arrive, none of you notice Murray. Murray seems to be unaccounted for the most part. And all of the other counselors are busy taking care of their respective kids. As we mentioned in our last episode, there were a multitude of different color groups, each with their own respective counselors and each with their own respective kids. You guys, as the orange group, came in second to last, and all the other kids are accounted for. And that's where we'll pick up.
Where do the announcements usually get made from?
The radio tower. Since that would be where the entire setup is, and that's also where you, Rowan, K-Rock, and Ebony we set up the tunes from the day before. So
as we were leaving the lake, could I see anyone leaving the radio tower, and who gave the announcement?
Sure. It would be one of the other counselors. So it's not that long of a distance between the mess hall and the radio tower, so you have a clear shot. It's another counselor, one that seems like they've been there for a little bit of time as well. It's not Mikey or Katie, so it's a completely separate counselor.
I just keep their face in mind for when I'm in the mess hall when we're sitting down. That's weird, right?
Yeah, that should have been Murray, right?
I'm still here. My camera froze. I apologize. Now you all know I don't have a memory card.
It's all good.
It's honestly, that should just be plastered across my face. No memory card.
That would be
All the time.
That's one of those like random things that getting tattooed on yourself is like committing to a bit that is very worthwhile.
I'm in. I'll do it.
Under all circumstances, I am missing a memory card.
Anyway, sorry about that.
Oh, hey, Raiders.
Hi, Raiders.
got some
Good to see you
Welcome.
guys.
Do we?
Um,
He was talking with someone earlier, and it seemed like really tense and weird. I don't
it
know.
wasn't about the influences.
It probably was, but like, why would he be gone now?
I don't know.
This is weird for him to be too busy to make an announcement.
I mean, his favorite part of anything. So, my favorite part of the day are the announcements and his big talks. So I just don't. Sit down and I point out the counselor. I was like, they're the ones that did the announcement. So maybe I wonder if they just did it because it was late, or if they got a notification, maybe from Murray if he was popping out. So maybe
We could
can-
ask.
Yeah.
You'll notice that Mikey's actually not too far away from this counselor, and Mikey will actually be speaking with this counselor. Even Mikey seems to have a somewhat serious look on his face, which is a shocker coming from him. So Mikey actually looks a bit puzzled when he's speaking to this particular counselor. And you'll actually notice Katie and several other counselors where some of the counselors are standing back to like attend to the kids and make sure there's not really any panic or having the kids notice too much. And some of the counselors will start grouping up, trying to figure out heads and tails of what exactly is going on.
Yeah, let's get ourselves in a part of that conversation.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm pointing towards the one where people look like they might actually know what's going on, at least maybe a bit.
Yeah,
Mhm.
Tara's just following along.
Okay.
Is K-Rock coming?
Sure.
Yeah, cool.
Ebony, in the meantime, will stay back so that she watches over all of your campers to make sure that begrudgingly she'll stay back.
You have to be the adult this turn, Taylor. Sorry. She like comes back during break and it's just like, yeah, you're supervising the kids. We're off on an adventure. Bye-bye.
Bye. You got this,
Taylor,
newbie.
I'm sorry.
You're leaving the first children.
Yeah.
So you'll see, Katie and Mikey. Katie will actually be talking to Mikey too, because by the time that the three of you get there, some of the counselors are kind of like in their own little smaller huddles of other people, just trying to converse and try to figure out what's going on. And Katie actually is like rubbing the back of her neck because she's not really sure what to think about what's been going on and what's been talked about. Jeez.
Rowan's literally gonna step us, like literally she just steps herself into the circle of like the conversation, and she does that sidestep thing where you make it quite obvious you're making like room, and so there's enough room now for them to be so like she's extended the circle, she stepped into it and like shouldered a bigger circle.
You could say, excuse me.
I did it politely.
Well, what's going on?
Katie will kind of hush her voice a little bit to not have any of the kids nearby listen. Nobody knows where Murray is. He kind of just...
I like look at the person that did the announcement. Are they in the same circle as us?
Mm-hmm.
Who told you to do the announcement, or was it just because it was late?
It'll be a young man who has really short cropped hair, slightly darker skin complexion. His name's Alan. That's just kind of like one of the emergency procedures to kind of step in for Murray in the event that, he might be late or got caught up somewhere.
When did you know that he was going to be late?
I didn't know he would be late. I went to go into his office at one point to ask him a question about some of the equipment for the crafts station, but he wasn't there. And I checked with some of the other counselors, and they didn't see him either.
You checked out his room? His office?
I just stepped through the front door and just noticed that nothing was really touched or anything. So I just came back as soon as I saw that he wasn't there. His car is still here, but I just thought it would be safer to have everybody at least gather up first, and then we figure out what to do.
Yeah. I mean...
Do we need to find Murray?
Yeah, right?
Look, he could be out in the woods and, popped a squat to, take care of business, and he's taking too long. I don't know. The guy just eats nothing but beans from the cafeteria anyway, and he sometimes has a hard time. Look, if you guys want to go look at his office, I'm not going to stop you. It could just be something small. He could have just gotten himself lost in the woods. He has moments where
maybe
he's
we'll go
done that.
check to see if he has at least his phone on him, or something like that. I don't know. But let's go check his office, I think.
That's a good place to start. Do we
Thanks, Alan.
do we know enough about Murray to know if this is wildly out of character, or has he just gone for an extended bean visit to the trunk of a tree before?
You guys would have heard a story or two about... Murray had one very famous instance where he decided to try and promote Camp Brittlebone more, to take pictures of a mother bear and her cubs, realizing only too late that it was not the smartest idea and had to run up a tree. And also realizing that bears climb trees too, so he was doing hot potato with all these different trees in the forest. So it is very rare for Murray to have his duh moments, but it's not entirely
Not
foreign.
impossible.
But we
Yes.
also know that his duh moments means he's in trouble.
Yeah.
It's not. He goes and gets lost in the forest all the time, but he always finds his way back out.
Yeah.
Or
Yes.
no, if he goes, it's because he's been chased up a tree by some bears. So we probably should at least
Requires
attempt to find him.
intervention.
Yes.
Intervention is very much necessary for Murray sometimes. So
Yeah.
he's not always the brightest bulb in the drawer.
All right. Do you guys want to come?
Step 1 office.
Yeah. No, actually, just 1 second. And Rowan's gonna quickly run to the front of the mess hall line, pushing in front of whoever she needs to. She's like, sorry, excuse me. And she just grabs 3 sandwiches off of the thing, and then she comes back over and she, as we're leaving the building, she's just like, here, you've got to make sure you eat.
Oh, good idea. I mean, I always have granola with me, just in case. But yeah.
And Rowan unzips her fanny pack on her front, and there's granola and muesli bars in her front fanny pocket. She's like,
See, you're prepared. Yeah.
and she zips it back up, and she remembers that she's not actually a huge fan of Terra. And she's like, wait a second.
Oh.
K-Rock just reaches into
No.
his pocket, pulls out a bunch of marshmallows from the Lucky
Oh
Charms.
my god.
And can I?
Sure.
Yeah, she's
Yeah.
just gonna grab a marshmallow.
It's definitely a little bit of lint.
Yeah.
Mixed in with the
Oh,
marshmallows.
God.
She's used to pocket food lint. That's fine.
There's a running theme of your characters and pocket food.
Yeah.
Pocket sand, pocket cake, whatever.
Pocket donuts. So, all of
It's
you
important.
are planning then to go into his office.
Yep.
Okay. So, all of you will start migrating your way out. Mikey and Katie and Alan will actually sit back so that they can try and organize and distract at least some of the kids from noticing that some of the counselors are, veering off. And if all of you are looking at your little map, you notice it's just the next building over. So there's the nurse's station next to the mess hall, and then there's the office for Murray right next door.
I'm gonna do the opposite of what I did last time, and as we're walking past the nurse's office, I also peek into that to make sure that there's like no one in there before going to Murray's office. Because I did the opposite last time, and when we went to the nurse's office, I peeked into his office. So now I'm gonna do the other way around, just to see if, because I mean, imagine if he's just in the cot there. So yeah. Quick
So,
peek.
nurse's station is empty, especially since you and K-Rock and Mason and Donald were just there. So it doesn't look any different than how you left it before you came over
Perfect.
to the mess hall. And the door is unlocked to Murray's office, and at least from the window looking through the door, there's nobody inside.
I'm gonna open it and be like, Murray!
No response.
She's like doing that no, as you like completely open the door at the same time.
I'm technically warning you.
Yeah, exactly. No response. Is it like a separate room? Is it like before his bedroom?
So
Is it
his
like-
office would be the front room, and
Yeah.
then there's an entryway on the back wall where it's like a little door arch where it would go towards a set of living quarters that he has.
Okay. Is there anything that looks out of place in this office compared to what it usually looks like?
No.
Papers on the floor, nothing.
What you'll notice though is when you walk in and you go closer, when you go further into the office, you'll notice that there's like a sleeve of a shirt where it's in the doorway. Like it looks like it got tossed and it's kind of like just right on the other, where it's right in view. So you didn't notice it before when you first went into the office earlier that day. But there is a shirt that is within view through the doorway.
Just strewn on the floor. And I pick it up. Is it a full shirt?
Is
It's
it a
just like
Murray
one-
shirt? Or
It's
is
a
it
Murray
like
shirt.
a
It's one of
Murray's?
his like polo, his polo shirts, like the two like button ups and stuff. The ones he usually wears.
It's a pink team counselor shirt.
Yeah. Yikes.
So-
Is there...
Mhm.
Walk into his room, I guess. Is the door closed to his room?
Mm-mm.
Oh, that's usually closed.
So when you walk in, you will notice.
Tara's following behind, by the way, and just like
Same.
doesn't really know what to look for, and is
No,
just
I think Rowan is literally like creeping because she's like, this is I'm not supposed to be doing this, but I'm so curious. And she's just like walking, and every 2 steps she's just like, are they behind me? Because if they're not, I'm not taking another step forward.
But that's when you'll notice a bunch of shirts, pants, just a copious amounts of different clothing all scattered on the floor. It looked like in the cartoons where you'll see people like running through drawers and they'll be like tossing all the clothes everywhere. It's kind of like that sort of setup. The bed sheets have been pulled off. All
And
over.
taken or on the floor?
Is that better? Sorry, can you repeat your question?
Is it like the bed sheets are taken or they're just pushed to the floor?
They're just pushed to the floor. Like
Okay.
you had you woke up past your alarm for the bus and you're like, oh shit, and you just,
Yeah.
kick
Yep,
all
yep,
of it
yep.
off.
Okay.
And
doesn't-
all of you
Doesn't look like the room was ransacked. This is
No.
Okay.
It looks like Murray was in a hurry.
Murray was in a hurry.
And all of you know that in the case of an emergency, Murray does have a shotgun that he keeps in his room. It's on this like wooden mount that's right above his bed, just so that he has easy access to it. And it's not there.
Oh,
That's not good.
no. That isn't good. That's, Rowan's gonna, like, jump, like, feet first onto the bed, and she's just, like, looking behind it to see if it's, like, fallen down, or if it's, like, on one of the sides. She's just like, no, it's not good. Why would that be missing?
I mean, it's supposed to be for emergencies, but what would the emergency be?
An emergency without telling anybody?
Right.
And it looks like he left in a hurry. Is there, maybe he kept his shotgun shells in the drawer with all of his clothing? Can I, like, is there drawers open and stuff like that? Or, like, can I look in them and see
Yes.
if there's anything in there?
You will notice that there actually is a box of shotgun shells where there's like 2 left over. And it looks like the cardboard is like bent a little bit, like he was hurriedly rummaging to try and find them and grab a bunch of shells before he left.
Weird.
Can I have, this is not a counselor or monster roll, I want each of you to throw 1d6 and just tell me what your number is.
Yeah.
Not at me!
You weren't
1.
specific.
1,
Yes.
2,
4.
4.
Oh, we
Alright.
did binary. That makes me so happy.
What do
So-
you mean?
Tara, you'll actually be the first one to hear this. All of you know that Murray has his phone, his landline, that's on his desk, which, Rowan, you would have seen from the first instance because you saw it was off of the hinge
Yeah.
before you put it back. Tara, you'll hear that it's
Right
actually
back.
ringing.
Ooh. This is the landline, right?
Mm-hmm.
That we should probably get that. And Tara's just gonna
Yeah.
run and like go pick it up.
I'm gonna grab the last 2. Did you say there was 2 shotgun shells left in the box? I'm going to grab and pocket those 2 shotgun shells.
Okay, so make sure you write down 2 shotgun shells in your inventory. Tara, when you pick up the phone, it's an automated voice recording.
Oh, I hate these.
And what you hear: this is an emergency bulletin from the Cedar Falls Police Department. Please be aware that there are 3 campers that are missing. 3 hikers with, excuse me. 3 hikers, last seen as of 3 days ago, have been reported missing by their fellow family members and friends and have not returned home. Please be on the lookout for anyone who might be dehydrated, distressed, or require emergency attention. This recording will repeat itself, and you'll just hear it repeating the exact same phrase.
Tara like listens to it one more time and then like says it out loud along with it so the other 2 can hear it and then hangs up. That's they said
is that-
2 influencers before, right?
Is that 3 on top of the 2 that were already missing?
I don't know. Would we know if that makes sense to add this? It's now 5 total missing.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
With
That's a
the
lot of
description,
missing.
they were going into there was no mention of influencers or any sort of prominent descript details that would match for the 2 influencers that you heard about before. So now there's a total of 5 people unaccounted for within the area.
6 if we count Murray.
8. So
Well, why would he just run off?
Why would he take a gun?
Murray is not an action hero. What is happening?
do we see if we can find him? What do we do?
You'll
Make
notice
sure everyone stays inside, right? Make sure we tell everyone that they need to make forts in the mess hall, right?
what
Not a
all
bad
of you
idea.
will also notice too is, since you didn't see it in your first go, Rowan, one of the drawers that's facing where the chair would be, you know, in a desk where you slide in and then there's drawers on either side. There's a bunch of papers that are sticking out of one of the drawers on the top.
I was gonna look in the desk anyway to see if there was like another gun or anything useful. So I'll pull those out.
Okay. Let me think. Give me a counselor roll. And I'll have you roll 2, just because you have both Rowan and Tara with you.
We would
So
help,
that-
I would assume.
Mm-hmm. So I'll count that as 2 rolls.
2 5s.
2 5s.
There's only
Well,
one
that's
extra
good.
dice because Rowan stands behind and she's like, yeah, that, no, yeah, no, that, yeah, that one, yeah, no. So it's not helpful at all.
This is the worst help. Backseat looking.
Yes.
All right.
Backseat
So-
investigation.
You have a very good success. Job well done. What you'll find as you rummage through all of the different drawers, it's one of those like really big, hardy, oak-like desks that have the really deep drawers and stuff. The majority of it is just random papers and files for like the finances of the camp, looking to see what the— oh no, we lost Haley! Looking to see
Memory cards
You
are
know-
dropping like flies.
inventory and whatnot. You'll actually find a nightstick, like a baton for,
Hell yeah.
you know, keeping things at bay. And in another drawer, you'll actually find bear mace.
Can I rig them together and make the ultimate weapon?
The bear mace stick.
The bear mace stick.
You
Each
smack
time
someone with it, it sprays them
Yeah.
with
It's the
venom.
mace
Bonk.
of terror, but
Mace of
The mace of
but it drives them away because it sprays them with mace.
Yeah.
Shit, that's how that works.
Amazing.
Be afraid of this, aren't you?
Ah! Get away from me!
It
and
only
then you-
works on bears though, so they're just like, it's fine.
So you'll find a nightstick, 1 can of bear mace that's full, and you'll actually find some beef jerky.
Oh, nice.
So those are the 3 different items.
Can I have some of that jerky?
He just hands it all to you.
Oh, good, excellent.
You're in charge of food.
Thank you.
Rowan's
Yes.
just the hungriest person here.
Says we're gonna come across the monster and Rowan's just gonna eat it.
Eat it.
Yeah.
All right,
mean-
so
If it's tasty, we don't let up fresh meat.
intrusive thoughts since Taylor's not here.
Rowan was the monster the whole time.
Ha ha.
She's not her when she's hungry.
Eat a Snickers.
Have a Wendigo.
All right, so Haley, you add the beef jerky to your inventory.
Yes.
Conlon, you could go ahead and add either both the nightstick and the bear mace to your inventory, or you could also split and give one towards Tara just to make life a little easier.
Sure, I'll give Tara the bear mace.
Oh, okay. I was
K-Rock's
expecting
kind of dumb.
I
so-
feel like you've immediately got like that thing like this is cool. I need someone to take this away from me. Like
Well, no, I think it's the exact opposite. He's like holding the like police baton and like a can of mace, and he's like, which am I gonna look cooler using? It's like the thing that I'm gonna hold and be like, ah, or the thing that I'm gonna like beat something with it.
Okay,
that's very true.
does anyone know, this is lodged in my brain, and I don't know if this is like a proper mental picture. Doesn't Bear Mace come out as like basically like a spitball of pepper horribleness?
It's like a solid string.
It's a
Yeah,
con.
it's
What I remember.
yeah, it's not a mist, it's not a gentle mist of pepper spray. It's
Oh,
No.
it's a loogie of oh no.
Yeah, it's like a silly string with
Yeah.
it's chili string.
It's
Sorry.
oh my god.
that was incredible.
So, amidst all of those little goodies that all of you found,
Nice.
the paper that was sticking out from one of the other drawers, it was more of the top one. It's actually a wanted poster. It looks like
For
one of
Murray.
those.
For me, same brain cell.
No. What it is, it's actually like a police report sort of wanted poster. And you can see on the top of the paper, it says it's from the Cedar Falls Police Department, the town that's the literal closest to you guys.
The
And it's
hash-slinging
actually-
slasher.
It's pictures of the two influencers that are missing. So now you have an identification as to what these two influencers look like.
Mhm.
What you'll also notice is that there's a second page that's in the back that's a brief police report. Noting that they are both missing, but also noting that they had a brief encounter with the law. One of their squad cars is missing, and so is one of their officers.
7 people missing.
Y'all
And
keeping
one
tabs
car.
at home?
This number's going up real fast.
Oh my
If
gosh.
that car is a transformer, there are 8 people missing.
Oh, but
Cars are people too.
and now we introduce Megan Fox as our next
Yeah.
guest.
Oh my god.
Honestly, perfect fit for the high school.
Yep.
Mhm.
Excellent casting.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Continue that Hollywood trend of casting a 30-something-year-old actress as a high schooler.
I feel like we need like more weapons or like something like Murray took the gun, which is extremely concerning. Because right now we have close quarters and I don't want to fight anything.
This feels like it's escalating way outside of what we've signed up. I'm ready for like a mountain lion.
Should we,
And the strategy there would be run to the nearest building and lock the door.
should we try to find like the Cedar Falls PD? Should we try to call them back? Can we like use the landline? Should we try that?
It's not a bad idea.
Yeah.
Alright.
At least let them know that the singular authority figure that now has a shotgun is in the wind.
That's a good plan. Yeah. Do you want to do it?
Sure, I'll call and I'll pick it up and dial. I guess. Is there like
Is it
I
911?
guess I dial 911. I'm trying to think if I would dial like the non-emergency number or like
Yeah,
No, I think I dial
when
911.
when Tara was like saying the message, there would have been like a department phone number at the end of it. So like probably that line.
For standard protocol, since Cedar Falls is a very small town, the default is just to do 911.
Okay.
So non-emergency, emergency, just because their resources are so small, it's just kind of like the blanket
It's
statement.
the same guy.
Yeah.
Basically.
Cool.
Okay, I'll call 911 then.
Okay.
Go from there.
Phone rings, and rings,
Oh no.
and rings, and rings.
A
Followed
911?
by a Yep. Followed, like I said, it's a small town. Followed by a voicemail indicating that they are away from the phone at this point for their scheduled lunch break.
Extremely typical.
Can we leave a voicemail?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Inbox full. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah,
I'm-
yeah.
Inbox
Please
full.
delete.
I feel like as once K-Rock's like leaving a message, you can just hear like Rowan being like, yes, yep, yeah. Oh gosh, yes. Oh no. Like in the background of the entire message, just like comments.
Yeah. So yeah, I guess K-Rock will just hi. I've never left a message for 911 before, but we're the counselors over at the camp. And we're the camp leader seems to be missing, and he might have taken a gun with him. We are all alone here. It is just a bunch of basically children in charge of basically more children. And I feel like with all of the danger that is out there, maybe one of you should go over here and help us. Unless, of course, your one squad car is the one that's missing, which wouldn't surprise me.
I rolled for intrusive thoughts and I rolled low, so monster. So just like as K-Rock is wrapping up in the background, Tara's, oh god, no! It is my leg!
Rowan immediately is like, oh, what? What? Are you okay, Tara? Oh my god! Oh my god! Where? And I'm like, terrified. I'm looking at Tara like, there's nothing on your leg. Like,
K-Rock just
are you
slams
okay?
the phone down. That's it. That's the end of the call.
That should get their attention.
Yeah.
Oh,
Well.
are you okay?
I'm totally fine. I figured, I don't know if they're picking between a bunch of real. Now I feel bad because I just had the thought that if they're picking between a bunch of real emergencies and our voicemail, that they wouldn't have paid attention to it. So I wanted to make it seem
No.
like a real emergency, but this does feel like a real emergency.
This is an emergency. Look, we just called a town that has a voicemail for their 911 call. I think
just wanted there to be a
any amount
sense of urgency when they got
exactly.
that message.
They clearly don't have a sense of urgency in general. They don't understand the meaning of the word emergency.
Urgency's right in there.
Yeah, exactly. This seems...
So you're okay.
It's really
You just see-
concerning.
I'm totally fine.
You see
yes.
tears just streaming out of
I'm so
Rowan's
sorry.
face.
I didn't know. I thought you figured it out. I was totally
No.
fine.
Okay. Yep, I'm just sweating. It's just hot.
Should we...
Your eyeballs are sweating.
Yes.
That's a real thing. It happens to me all the time.
I didn't use the chili rope. Chili string.
All the prep I did for this, I'm not ready for it.
No one's prepared.
You're not
for
ready
our
for
ad
You're
libbing.
never,
That's
you're
the
never
problem,
ready for
yes.
us. Yeah, no.
We have one brain cell and all it knows
So-
is chaos.
I think we need to lock the counselors and the kids in the mess hall, right? And keep everyone there. And
Should we like try to put out a broadcast on the radio, like in case they... I'm concerned that they're not going to get this message. I am very concerned about the fact the sort of lackadaisical nature of this police department. Should we try to like maybe get a
do we
hold of
know if-
Murray?
do we
Or-
do we know if Murray carries like a little radio with him, or like a walkie-talkie, or something
his own-
to like, or his own cell phone
Yeah.
or satellite phone?
He would have, on his desk, there's one of those, like, docking stations for the handheld walkie-talkies,
Mm-hmm.
and one of them is missing.
Okay.
And
Gonna-
there's two that are on there.
Try
There
that.
are
the other
two
one.
on there, or there's two total.
So
like,
there's
one
two
left.
docking stations,
Okay.
so there's one left, and one, presumably, he would have taken.
Just gonna. Murray. Hi. How you doing? Over.
Static.
Next channel.
The most convincing static sound effect I've ever
I
heard.
don't have a Go XLR! Leave me alone!
I love
Can you hear the static?
Yeah, that was
that
great.
was like one of those no set dressing play moments on like off
Yeah.
Broadway.
Yeah.
Static.
Static.
Like, there's just
Okay.
This is the sound of my soul breaking into a million pieces.
You're
The
welcome.
silence.
Thunder rumbles. Sorry.
Mr. Unlucky, are you still taking drink requests from last episode?
All right. Should we? Okay.
Can I
So it
try
could
go?
be-
Can I go through the other bands on the walkie-talkie just to double check?
Yeah, you can check all the other.
I'm gonna see if
wavelengths.
that guy that says static is on all of these bands.
It's just different voices. Static.
No, yeah, in this world, there is no noise for static, just the guy.
It's different
saying
languages.
the word
Ella
static.
static.
Static. Oh, Max, it's just static on this channel.
Maybe you have
Goofy
range?
v Wendigo. Who would know?
We could.
Two El
Someone draw
Trators
it.
locked in battle.
You know how like I have a feeling that on the front of the walkie-talkie is a piece of paper that's got a number written on it that's like taped to it, so then
Mhm.
like everyone remembers what channel is like it's supposed to be on. So maybe
I feel like it's definitely just like set to the channel it's supposed to be on.
I
too,
would
like-
I would think so
yeah.
too. But yes, I
So
agree.
maybe
If
we
it's
should-
not that, there's definitely that piece of paper that's like this one.
yeah, and maybe we could do a lap of the camp and keep trying it.
Ooh, might be out of
We-
range.
Like
yeah.
a message spell,
We could
maybe
also
range.
Maybe take it to the radio tower and try to like hook it up.
Is that a thing?
That
Cool.
the little antenna is the same thing the radio tower is, just one big antenna.
Okay.
It's not a bad idea. We should make sure that everyone knows to hunker in the mess hall first,
Yes.
though.
Yes, we'll go find them. Maybe I don't know. Is there like a sports shed or something that has like baseball bats and like hockey gear? I don't know, not hockey, but like
Well, no.
like
What,
Let's
what if we
farm
go
these
to the-
kids like episode 6 of every
Yeah.
season of Stranger
Yeah,
Things.
And then we'll also go to the laundry and get a bunch of like pillows and sheets so then they can make cover for themselves in the form of forts.
I love how your head went there because when you said laundry machine, I went to so they could get bleach and we can make chemical weaponry.
yeah. We'll grab the rubbing alcohol from the medical tent and we'll make Molotov cocktails.
So
Oh, but we would be able to maybe find some sharp implements in the nurse's office for
Ooh,
weapons.
I could tape
Speaking
a bunch
that.
of scalpels and needles to the end of the baton.
okay, Negan. It's okay.
Um,
So I can't believe I'm endorsing this. There are cleaning chemicals. Okay, so there's like borax, bleach, and a couple of other things. Since this is camp, there's no like washing machines or anything, but there's, you know, like the big, large tubs for like, you know, hand washing stuff if necessary.
I'm
As-
mostly just looking for all the sheets, like replacement sheets for the beds and stuff like that. If they exist, I don't know. That's my assumption.
There would be a closet for like spare linens. There won't be
Linens,
too
yeah.
many of them, but there's a spare closet in the mess hall. And
Cool.
there might actually,
Sure.
if you were to look, there
Oh, in
could
the
be
mess hall.
some also in the nurse's office since they have
Yes.
the cots and stuff. So there's a couple of different places that you can look. And Colin, are you okay?
I'm just having real stupid thoughts and trying to decide how much of it A is something I can say on stream and then B is something that Kevin would know.
You said the list of chemicals that were there, and I immediately saw like, let me go Google the Anarchist Cookbook in Colin's
Fucking-
face, and just whoop.
Ammonia and bleach.
Yep.
It's we'll fucking mustard gas
Yeah, just
the
little-
Wendigo.
We'll just commit
fine.
a war crime here.
Yeah.
We're
Oops.
gonna accidentally drop the jar that it's in and fucking kill ourselves just
look,
investigating.
We can make this educational. Don't ever clean your toilet with bleach and ammonia. You'll gas yourself. It's not great.
Yep.
There you go. And now we'll use that knowledge in game to kill a monster.
Every last bit of advertisement is slipping away. from
Our spawners love us.
Hey, our viewers went up. Shush.
That's all that matters. Is the
Sounds about right.
views.
Okay, so
Oh,
fort kick ass we're gonna make in the place with all the kids. We're gonna
Sporting
make
shed.
yeah.
We need all the
And we're
hockey
gonna go to
sticks,
find-
the grass
yeah.
hockey.
Yeah, the grass hockey.
Field hockey.
And
Field
That's a
lacrosse.
thing.
Yeah, it is. But grass hockey's hilarious.
Yes. Because it's ice hockey or grass hockey, right?
Ooh, archery. We could
Oh,
probably go find a bow and arrow. If
Yes.
only we had our one good bow and arrow person in charge of the children.
no. Maybe let's just, you know what though? If we're locking everyone in the mess hall, we can bring Ebony with us.
True. Perfect. There.
Yeah.
And then they can just be our support as bow and arrow person.
They can hold everything.
I am
We'll
sworn
use
to
them as
carry
a-
your burdens.
Thursday is our
Bag
hireling.
of holding. Yeah.
Thursday Adams.
Thursday. Amazing. Okay.
All right. Plan.
do
We
this.
did it. Let's go.
Ready?
Build
break.
a fort. Yeah.
Yeah.
Get the,
So we've
build a
currently got
fort.
handfuls
into
of
sports.
sheets. Yeah.
okay,
Handfuls
so-
of sheets, handfuls of hockey sticks, and we're heading
Handfuls
to the
of
mess.
laundry chemicals.
And we're going to the mess
Very
hall.
carefully not spilling them.
Okay, so if you guys are going to the nurse's office first,
Oh, that's like you're gonna make us roll for all this. We've already decided we've done it.
We've already said it.
We're standing out the front of the mess hall ready to get shit going.
roll your counselor check, damn it! I will let one of you roll 3 die.
Ooh.
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 I
For
will
counselor.
let one of you roll 3.
I've
the
got
most
two. I've got 2.
Okay.
You got
my
2.
counselor. Yeah.
Yeah,
I do
you-
as well, so yeah,
you
you
rock
go
it.
for it.
So Haley,
Okay,
why
sir.
don't you roll?
Nice. I got a wait. I need to go above it, don't I?
Above.
You have to go above 2.
Yes. Yeah. Cool. So I got a 3, 3, and a 6.
They're all about.
So you
Yeah.
get
Yeah,
a
all above.
critical success, which means that you get an extra effect.
Ooh.
So, you find your ammonia. I can't believe I'm saying that live. You find your ammonia. You'll find a bottle of bleach, since it's a nurse's office, you still have to thoroughly clean stuff anyway, right?
Mhm.
You'll find your pillows, your linen sheets. You will also find a first aid kit. A first aid kit that has like all the bells and whistles to it, so like
Nice.
sutures, stitches, disinfectant, you know, all the stuff that you would need for a good first aid kit. So
Perfect.
I will let you add that to your inventory.
Mhm.
And what I will say for that is in the event that you guys want to use it, that will add a second die to your roll. So if you want to use it in case somebody's like, this is not foreshadowing again, if you're like burned or you have like a bad cut or a twisted ankle, whatever the case might be, I will let you roll a second die. Since all of you guys are not proficient, for lack of a better word, in first aid, I'll let you roll a second die to help.
Perfect.
Okay?
Cool.
Nice.
Mm-hmm. And that goes for any of you. So if, like, Matt, you were to use it instead of Haley, you would get that second die, so that applies
Cool.
to all of you. Okay? Alright. So that's for your... the anarchy buildup that we're making out of this. You find everything that you need for... Unless you guys want to look for extra stuff in the nurse's office. Is there anything extra you would want?
I have a pocket knife, so anything other like anything there is not going to be comparable to that. It's going to be like a little scalpel, and that's just
A Rambo knife in the first aid kit.
yeah.
No, that
Oh.
was the... You have your lighter, too, Haley,
Now-
from...
Yes. Also, randomly,
Mhm.
I just got a flashback of you guys having like axes behind glass for, or in front next to glass for like fire emergencies and stuff like that. Is that a thing that you guys? I was like, I've seen that in a movie before. Do
There-
they have any emergency axes anywhere?
There is a fire extinguisher.
Break in case of tree.
There's a fire extinguisher in the kitchen and in the mess hall. So there's 2 fire extinguishers in the mess hall. since that's where all the food is prepped and stuff,
Mhm.
safety-wise. There is an axe, like a just in case of emergency situation, in the mess hall that's behind the panel.
Yep.
And let's see. You also know there is an axe in the radio tower, just to be on the safe side, okay? So, recon, all of you would remember there is a axe available at the radio tower. And that's more for the emergency of, since all these buildings are very old, if for whatever the reason the door doesn't budge or there's a fire or anything, it is solely for the purpose of getting it open so people can get out.
Yeah.
Okay.
And or chopping limbs off of Wendigos.
Or people bit by Wendigos.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah. Wait, what happens if you get bit by a Wendigo?
Don't worry about it. Nothing good.
Nope.
Oh,
If you don't
good.
die from the blood loss, then... Anyway.
Okay, good,
Whoa,
excellent.
whoa,
All right, let's go convince the. Let's go try and convince these counselors to distract these kids and then arm them all,
Yeah.
while some of the counselors make bombs in the kitchen.
Yes, 100%. This is, yeah.
Yeah.
Perfect
While
plan.
we go and test out the radio around the perimeter of the camp.
Murray's also been gone for like a couple hours.
Yeah.
We've turned this into a full-on war camp ready
Well,
to
this is
march.
what they get. There has never.
Oh no.
Uh-oh.
Oh no!
Oh no.
Oh no!
Haley-
Am I
there
gone?
you are.
Am
You're
I
back.
back?
You're back.
You're back, you're
Okay.
back.
I was like, there's no procedure for when Murray goes missing, so this is DEFCON.
It's also
Power
like
forces.
Murray went missing, and some people from the city went missing, who also apparently stole a cop car, and theoretically stole a cop. Like, like, like this is escalating at a rapid
True.
pace that I
Yes.
think it's completely sensible in our had bad weed within the past 12 hours brains.
Yeah, and
Which
like,
is-
you know, K-Rock definitely has seen some horror movies. He's a big fan of horror movies. So I feel like at this point, it's just like, no, we're going to live.
overkill is underrated.
Exactly.
Yeah, nothing like traumatizing these poor high schoolers
The
with.
high schoolers won't know. We're not telling the kids.
It's a bonding activity.
Yeah. They're going to be
It's
singing
time for your
Kumbaya.
Your next badge, chemical warfare.
Oh,
I got the-
boy.
We're not going to tell the kids though. We're just going to tell the other counselors,
Yeah,
right?
the kids are on a need-to-know basis, and currently all they need to know is that we're staying in the mess hall until Murray gets back.
Because no
Alright,
high
let's set
school
that up.
student ever has immediately figured
frozen
out something.
again.
I know I am. I'm fixing it. Has immediately figured out something based on the adults around him.
I mean,
talking.
yeah, but
We don't know that. We're teenagers as well.
exactly.
We're early 20s. Slightly less than teenagers.
Anyway, all of you collected all of your materials, so I assume your next step is to go right to the mess hall next door. Yes.
Right to the meth hall.
The meth hall.
No. No, Walter. No.
Jesse, we gotta be the one who knocks.
All right. So
No memory card. I will be back eventually.
mhm.
Oh,
So do
cool.
you
It
reckon-
froze.
Do you think we do like a what was that?
Just cell phone
So many
sounds in the
chaos.
background.
my phone is ringing and it rang on my work computer, but I was like speakers. My camera froze on the no memory card screen, which is just. I think
this is the
I'm
result
done.
of Taylor not being here. I
Yeah.
think
Yeah.
Taylor is the one factor to keep all of the
Kevin
technology.
just dies.
She keeps all of the little tech gremlins in check, and then as soon as she's gone, just "Rah!"
All right. So all of you.
Should we check Murray's car when we do the lap, and also grab the bows while we're at the archery field before we head, like, do a big lap before we go back to the radio tower?
Before we go to the before we
Because I don't want to
know.
put out a broadcast if we find him on the radio around the camp.
That's a good idea.
Sure.
You know?
Do a lap. But we should go to the mess hall first. That way,
Yes, of
kids
course. Yeah,
aren't
yeah, yeah. Let's drop.
scattering. Yeah.
No, we're gonna drop all of this stuff off first. But because I was just looking at the map in my brain, Rowan's, and it looks like that would be a good. Rather than going straight across to the radio tower, we could go do a long lap, and double check, just so then we're not,
Yeah. It
Has
might
that
be
creepy
he's
old
in the
forest.
parking lot. We don't know. And
Yeah.
and then it solves everything.
Mhm.
All right. So mess hall first. And when the three of you get back, the counselors are still, just minding the students. Some of them are getting food prepped so that the kids get distracted since it is lunchtime for them. And you'll notice that Mikey and Katie are talking to one another. And Mikey's the first one who notices all of you with your supplies. And Mikey's eyes went wide and he's just like, oh, sick, dude. I didn't realize we were doing that kind of party, dude.
Wait, before this happens, sorry to retcon, is there a back door into the kitchen?
Yes, there would be a back door.
I say
Into
we
the
would
class.
take that rather than walk through the kid mess hall with all of the chemicals and weaponry
Yeah.
that we've collected.
So
then
retracting Mikey's statement.
Sorry, I didn't mean
It's
to do
all
that.
good.
Mikey
we
can
fucking-
still make that statement if he's
Yeah,
like,
that's right,
Mikey
we-
see into the kitchen.
Yeah.
But I wave over to Mikey and I say, grab everyone, and then I duck my head back into the kitchen to lay everything out.
Mikey, seeing you doing this is gonna be like, oh, sick, dude. New party moves, dude.
All right.
He's not smart.
If we kill Mikey, can we blame it on whatever's out there killing
Mhm.
campers?
Yeah, maybe we'll send him to do the lab.
Mikey.
I
Go
will
on
have
patrol.
you know, Mikey's expertise is first aid.
Oh God.
No.
Well, it's good that
She
he's
made
in the
him
mess hall. We'll
important.
be able to send everyone back here. Okay, is Katie standing next to him still?
Yeah, so when she notices that you're doing this, she'll see this as well. And Mikey's just like, haha, just in his own little world. You're just gonna see Katie go right to the back of his head and then just grab him by the shirt and pull him. And then gesture to Alan and a couple of the other counselors. Ebony is gonna stay behind to watch your campers, as well as all of the other ones, along with another handful. So you'll see 5 counselors coming in, Mikey, Alan, and Katie, all in the front. And then Katie's just gonna kind of look at all this with just her hands open, look, Murray's missing. He's not this isn't a war. What are you 3 doing with all this stuff?
Nope, this is a war.
Yeah. We think that it's gonna be best if we keep you all in here, and this is just something to entertain the time with.
Okay, look. Murray isn't the only one missing. There's the 2 counselors that not counselors, the influencers that you know about. There's, we just were back from Murray's office. There's more camping people out there missing. And apparently now a cop is missing. So, of
And
all
the cop
things,
car.
Yeah, and the cop car. That too. Yeah, that's a good point. So I
And
don't
no
know.
one
Could be-
answered.
Shotgun.
Have
the
any
station.
of you watched any horror movie ever? Because
No, I haven't.
Okay.
we are right in the first act, right at the end of the first act of the horror movie, right before the first person dies. People
We're in the
gone
rising
missing.
action.
Yeah. No one goes alone. Everybody gets a weapon.
This is very fourth wall breaking, I might add.
Mikey's into not Mikey. Mikey's the stoner. That's right. Kevin's into horror movies, so he's like, "No, we got this."
Okay, look. While all of that is information that might be important, have we also considered it's all just coincidence?
Yes.
That's why we're gonna just do a perimeter sweep and check the radios. But we thought if you guys are making forts and keeping the kids entertained in here, then it makes less chance to be out there getting lost.
I will also say the person who says, "Have we considered this as circumstance?" almost always dies first in a horror movie.
You should
So,
definitely stay in. Here.
congratulations. Yeah.
Stay in here.
Don't go
and
outside
away
alone.
from the kids.
You have such faith in me.
You're
Look-
not on team bombs.
What?
And you don't have to make the
Can't-
bombs.
It's
We're
just a
the-
joke.
just-
It's just emergencies.
Oh, it's a joke.
Yeah.
You have fucking ammonia and bleach and God knows what the fuck else
Just-
with all this.
Just in case.
Yeah.
Better to have it and not need it than need it and not have it. Be prepared.
Murray actually might lose his shit when he comes back and sees all of this.
You're assuming Murray's coming back.
Yeah.
If we are in a horror movie, Murray's already dead.
Murray's
We're
the
here
first
alone.
one. We'll hear his one shotgun shot that he gets before he gets eaten.
Katie's gonna look over to you, Rowan. What the fuck else did you put in those joints when
That was last night. We're not high anymore.
Yeah, God knows what else you laced with it with all of this fucking shit in the kitchen.
Bleach and ammonia.
And then
What? Okay, maybe I shouldn't have called you over then. If you're not going to play fun, this is in case, right? Being cautious, being
Mike-
prepared.
Mikey's gonna pat Katie's shoulder and he's like, "Oh no, don't sweat it, dude. It's good. Like this is good bonding experience for the kids. We get to have more intimate time with the kids.
Yes.
And we also
Nope.
get to be
make
like
thoughts.
I'm gonna go find one of the other counselors real quick and like whisper to them, "Don't let Mikey have a weapon."
Mhm.
and the
Give him,
counselor is
like-
just like, yeah, I'm already ahead of you, dude. It's
Cool. Okay, good.
but Mikey will actually look over to all of you, and Katie is just like waving her hands because she just doesn't want to hear it from Mikey right now, and she's like having a crisis in the corner. But what do we do though what if Murray is actually alive, dude, and all this is like, you know,
Then
Well,
when he gets back, we get him to write up an emergency procedure for when he goes missing, and we know forts are not on the table.
and before that, we check him for bites, for any sort of like weird someone else wearing his skin. Make sure that it is actually Murray and not just a serial
What?
killer in Murray's clothing. Look,
And we
all
just
the
put all the
bases
stuff
covered.
away.
Yeah.
No, we've done nothing. It's not like we came in with like chemical bombs made. This is a container of bleach. This is a container of ammonia. This is just the ingredients. We've yet to make the sandwich. Everything that we've done can be undone.
you know.
And if
so,
everyone
like,
just balls up socks, then you guys can make a game out of the hockey sticks and play
Yeah.
sock hockey.
it's like grass
You-
hockey, but
Just
indoors with
Socks.
which is like ice hockey, but on grass.
yeah.
Yeah. You got it. And the pucks are the socks.
Look, I also, not to like freak you all out, but I think Murray might have been pretty concerned about this too. I don't know why he wouldn't have told us. It seems extremely unfortunate that he left without telling us what was going on. But like, his office was kind of a mess. His gun was missing. The phone was off the hook. The
Seriously,
cops were calling.
you're
There's
getting-
a lot of stuff going on.
You're getting on us. Murray's the one who escalated this from nothing to don't tell anyone and grab my gun and leave.
A handful of shotgun shells.
Oh,
A
and the
handful.
pictures of the missing people. He had like the police reports from the people that were missing. He clearly is worried about the missing people.
Murray's
Now
gone
he's gone.
full vigilante
Oh,
with no news
I
to
feel like
us.
we definitely would have brought those pictures and the
Yes.
report with us,
Yeah.
so we hand that over to them to kind of give them a
Also-
bit more of a.
Be sure, if those people show up, be sure to check them for bites.
Yep.
And also, again, other people wearing their skin.
Mhm.
There's lots of basic. I should have brought
Look,
my movie collection.
If they're not part of this camp,
They're the
not
enemy.
including,
Leave them outside.
don't let them in the mess hall.
I want to be clear. I feel like I'm taking a wild turn with Tara. I think Tara is enjoying the novelty of this event and is just like leaning into K-Rock's like movie paranoia and is just enjoying being
And
like
K-Rock
the
has absolutely just-
unhelpful third voice.
Seen
Yeah.
far too many movies and is 100% like, I know exactly what is going to happen.
Hey,
and
welcome Raiders.
Hi,
Some-
Raiders.
Rowan has never seen a scary movie, but she is so cautious and worrisome that she's thought of every situation, and she's also not thought of the insane ones. And so you giving her all of these ideas are escalate. So like
Yep.
she was already like, oh no, but now you're like, you've made it like, serial killers and skin wearers? Okay, all right, okay, all right, okay. We're doing a sweep. Yep, that's fine. Okay.
Yeah. I'm just saying, gotta cover all the bases. Look, this could be anything from nothing, and Murray's just overreacting and has gone out. There's a bear in the woods or something, which, I mean, still, to be fair, you guys should probably stay inside if there's a bear that's like this hungry on the loose.
Weird that he didn't take the bear mace, though.
That's true. Yeah.
You
that is
have
weird.
been.
I just said he didn't take the bear
Yeah, he
mace.
didn't take
You're
it.
jumping to conclusions that I have the bear mace.
It's
do,
like
though.
clipped. It's like clipped to your belt.
I
Like
was just gonna say, it's too big to fit in your pocket, so.
Yep.
okay,
I am the cryptid expert out of all of you, and
You
this
should
is-
know then.
Then you should know the
This is-
seriousness of the situation.
They are stories, K-Rock. That's all
things
they are.
stories. Everything's a story until it's proven true.
Mm-hmm.
They have
What?
some shred of truth in them. Did you know that the Appalachian Mountains are so old there's not fossils in the cave? There's something crazy there. It's not a safe place.
Mm-mm. If you
I
put a
might
map
be
of all of the
featured
missing
on-
people in America and there's that map of the cave systems in America, they match up perfectly.
You really think they would have just made that thing up about Marilyn Manson?
I think I might be the next target story on 46 Hours. If this keeps up.
Okay, well,
You'll
okay,
have a
look.
great story
Yeah,
to
here-
tell everybody if it's true, and if it's not, then this is just some fun. And you guys kept the counselors, it kept the students inside for a few hours making forts. What's
One
the
of two
worst that can
things-
happen, right?
Yeah, one of two things is going to happen. Either we're right, and you're safe because we protected you, or we're wrong, and you just hang out for a little bit with some dangerous chemicals and weapons. It's fine. You'll be all
They're
right.
not weapons until you use them as so. They're
Yeah.
sports equipment.
There's sports equipment right now. You can mercilessly mock us once you've proven
Yeah.
that this isn't a thing.
Mm-hmm. We'll take it.
Also, if you find Mothman, I'll try to get a picture for you.
At this point, Katie is just not gonna say anything, and she's gonna turn on her heel and just leave the kitchen. And then
Can I? And I'm like, Katie, does she turn around?
what?
Only if she turns around.
She'll turn around and scream out the what?
She like chucks some sheets at her, like folded up sheets, being like, "Here,
Blanket fort.
blanket for it."
They'll hit her on the face and then just fall to the ground. And then she'll turn and leave. And Mikey is like shockingly quiet and just kind of being like, don't sweat it, dude. She'll be fine. Okay, listen. Y'all do the surveillance and shit around the whole camp, and I'll make sure that Katie doesn't actually go psycho on anybody.
Okay. Mikey, I need you to listen. This is extremely important.
Yeah, what
Don't
is it?
go anywhere alone with you and Katie. You are 100% the first ones that are going to die in this horror movie.
Mhm.
She doesn't think it's going on, and you
With like,
are
I'm
Mikey.
like making intense eye contact with Alan right now, being like, "This is on you. You need to like." I don't say anything, but I like as K-Rock's saying that out loud, I'm like,
And you just see Alan go,
Okay, cool.
Alan's just like, how the fuck did I get this job? So
Congratulations, you're in charge.
I think we should put like the ammonia in one cupboard and then the bleach in one cupboard to the
Yeah.
other side, so they're in separate cupboards, so no one's accidentally doing anything with it, but they're there if you need it.
We don't have
Alan?
to be unsafe with our doomsday prepping.
Yes.
Ooh, and we're gonna leave, so we should come up with some kind of like code word so you know it's us. Even because again, even if it looks like us, maybe it isn't
Mhm.
us.
Murray's
Check for bites when we
beans.
come back. Yes, Murray's
Yeah.
beans.
Murray's
Perfect.
beans.
I was thinking
Someone-
pineapple, but Murray's beans is good too.
We'll also send back if we find anybody that we deem as safe, we'll let them know that that's the the phrase too, and then that you can
Yeah.
let them in, and it'll be safe.
Cool. So,
Cool. Alan, did you get all that?
Helen is just like, I'm already on it. Just go.
Cool. Okay,
Cool.
perfect. Let's go.
All right. Can we grab? We're gonna grab Ebony, but as we leave.
You can grab Ebony if you want to. If you do, I'll do the rolls for Taylor.
I was just thinking that way she's. I mean, she doesn't have to be in the story at all, but at least if
She could dramatically arrive later.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then at least I guess that's true. Yeah, she could dramatically
Yeah, so it's up
arrive
to
later.
you. So
All right,
right
we'll leave her in
now-
the mess hall.
okay, so she'll be safe in the mess hall with the kids, just making sure like everyone.
We tell
is
her
safe.
the code word and get her up to date on what's going on.
Yep.
And I give her a hockey stick.
Did we? Oh, we didn't go to the archery field yet. We should have.
Not yet.
No, we're gonna do a lap.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, does she have a key to like the shed there
The
that we
shed
need to
would
get
be
off of her?
the shed would be unlocked, so it would
Okay.
just have like a simple those simple systems where you just have like the bar that goes across just to keep it closed. So especially since it's the arrows mixed in with like the bows and whatnot, it'll be easy for you guys to open it up. It shouldn't be a
Okay,
problem.
Perfect.
So, with that in mind, we're going to take our quick break, our little intermission in this episode. So, don't go away. Make sure you guys get your water, your bathroom snacks, and come back for the second half of the 4th episode of Heart of Ice.
Get
We're
your
about to
water
go walk
and
through
your
all the
donkeys.
dangerous areas.
Yeah.
Going everywhere unsafe.
I love that our first plan was we should go to the radio tower. Then I checked the map, like, ooh, the red place.
No, the radio tower is also a danger place.
No, that's what I mean. It's a red place.
Yes. Okay. Yes. That was why I recommended we go there.
Yep. Yep. Love it.
This is why I said let's do a lap and go to the archery field before we.
Yeah.
I know that there's an axe in there, but let's just.
Are we
fend
doing
off-
metagaming here? What is this?
But to be fair, we also anti-metagamed because we decked out the mess hall, which is a place that is green, and so we can't.
Mhm.
It doesn't really matter that much in the rules of the game.
Yeah.
It's a safe place.
Mhm.
We'll never get to use that mustard gas trap on the window.
We should have brought some with us.
That would have been unsafe.
So be sure to come back for the second half. We're just taking a quick 10-minute break, so don't go away.
Bye-bye.
We'll be back.
Dr. Nick. Sorry. Couldn't help myself.
I don't think we could be left unsupervised for
Nope.
like more than 10 minutes at a time.
We knew that
Anyway,
going in.
Hi everyone, welcome back. Hopefully you got your water, your bathroom snacks, some semblance of sanity. I lost mine during the break. So
Bring your chili string.
That's a spicy
Kill me.
meatball.
Uh-huh. Okay. So, when we last left off, before our great break, our lovely counselors here decided to turn into Walter Blue temporarily, grabbing all of their supplies and stuff for Mortal Kombat, so to speak. And all of you have decided that you would actually do a perimeter around the camp to try and figure out if you could at least get some semblance of an idea of where Murray might be. You have your walkie-talkie.
Mm-hmm.
Supposedly Murray has the other one. And all of you are, I assume, just leaving the mess hall?
Yeah, I just got shivers down my spine being like, we're gonna get an answer back from Murray and it's not gonna be Murray.
I am genuinely, I love having this walkie-talkie because it's like completely reasonable that we would, but it's also like deeply terrifying that what this thing could give us.
Yep.
Could all of you roll me a d6? Just one
no.
d6. This is like my
God,
version of
I got a one
perception.
again.
Sticking with
no.
the void dice. I also got a
What'd you-
1.
Can
We all
all of
rolled
you?
a 1.
We
Now
all
all three
rolled
of
a
you
1.
roll again. God damn it!
I got a 1 again.
5.
I also got a 5.
All right. K-Rock, you're a little oblivious to it, but
You found
Uh,
a really cool rock and you've been showing
I'm
us
trying to
as
figure
we
out how to
walk over
attach it to the baton.
Yep.
I'm like, so close.
We were helping for the first 50% of the walk, but as we made our way to the parking lot, then we've actually looked up.
so, Tara and Rowan, when all three of you leave the mess hall, you'll actually look up in the sky and you'll notice that dark clouds are starting to loom overhead. It's starting to look like a storm is starting to pull in towards
Is there like a
camp.
bucket? Is there like a bucket of umbrellas outside the mess hall that I can grab one?
Nope.
Damn it. Okay.
So-
Well, maybe there's one in Murray's car.
Could I say that I have one of those like compresses into its own pocket like rain jackets?
Oh, like one of those
little
foldable
poncho?
ponchos. sort
Yeah,
of?
the like ponchos
The
that becomes
plastic
like a little
sheets.
tiny little You
You can
Trash
if you
bag
want to.
that's-
Yeah.
Yeah, you can have it.
Yeah. I'm just gonna like touch that like in the little like crossbody bag and like, yep, okay, I got it just in case. And then like zip it back up.
Just no coverage for Rowan or K-Rock.
Nope,
It's
I don't
just
I'm in this for number 1.
I'm gonna look for an umbrella in Murray's car. I
Yeah,
run
get
over
right
to
on.
Murray's car, by the
You
way.
you would also, if we're, roll a counselor roll for me, Haley.
2. I got my number.
Okay. Means,
That's a monstrous success.
yeah, that means you get to ask me a question.
Oh, how long until it's going to rain?
Oh, good question.
I would say, given the fact that you were
How
a
can I-
little bit
can I smell it?
distracted. Yeah, so you could actually smell the air. So it smells like wet earth, which is usually what you would smell before it starts to rain. I would say you have like 30 to 45 minutes because since you spent so much time in Murray's office and then going to the nurse's station to grab all the stuff, I'd say you have about 30 minutes before it actually starts to hit.
About half an hour.
And because you succeeded in the role, you would also remember that there's a couple of spare umbrellas in Murray's office. So he has like one of those umbrella holders, like the open bin thing, like the really tall one. So there's like a few of them in there so that you'll be able to grab them.
Should I do a quick jog back and grab him, do you think? Or should we do the lap first? We've got half an hour.
Probably grab them first because we're right by the office, so we might as well grab them and then get on going.
I do a quick, I like leave them as they're walking to the parking lot and I jog back to the office and I just grab 2 umbrellas.
Okay.
And I run back.
All right. So umbrellas in hand, the 3 of you start migrating your way over towards the parking lot. All 3 of you would know that Murray has a truck that is readily available. If he needs to make the occasional trip to like Cedar Falls or outside for whatever the reason, it's there. It has a tarp over it, just like one of those really cheap plastic ones. And it's in one of those, what would you call them? They're like the overhead, they're like the metal
veranda.
Yeah, so it's like one of those 4 legs that are standing, and it has like the metal casing that's on the top. That it's like one of those makeshift garage spots, you know, just so that no leaves are falling or like branches or whatnot. It's just another safety precaution for the car. And when you guys get closer, you'll see that the tarp is still over the truck. The car has not moved.
Worth a double check in the car, right? Just, we're here.
Yeah. Yep. I'm gonna pull the tarp from the front door. Not off completely. I don't want to stress Murray if he comes back.
Yeah.
Is the door unlocked? Can I check like the sun visor to see if the keys are up there?
No keys.
Okay.
I'm gonna check the bed.
Okay. You'll see just a couple of standard things that Murray usually keeps in there. There's like a toolbox in the back, an emergency like last minute first aid kit should he ever need it. It's pretty empty back there though, so he kind of keeps it sparse in case he needs to go back for whatever the reason. Greg just left the chat, so.
Oh no!
Oh no. I like that he sent his flag out to Billy, like, Billy, help me, I can't rejoin the chat.
Help me, Billy.
I don't know if you want to.
I'll get one of them back in. Everyone, get ready for a robo voice.
Now recording.
Ah.
Hey, Craig.
Hey, Craig.
Hi, Craig. So you'll notice, though, that the bed is pretty empty for the most part, since he uses it more for, like, the purposes of a truck, of, like, carrying heavy loads and, you know, multiple huge things you can't really carry with just 2 hands. So, and it's cold to the touch, so it has not been used the whole time it's been here.
Okay. Well, no sign of this, which is good because it means he's close, and I'm gonna use the walkie-talkie. Murray, over.
No static, but no response either.
I don't know enough about walkie-talkies to understand what that means.
I don't either.
Okay.
So
the wrong direction.
that went. I was about to say that went the wrong way, didn't it?
The other walkie-talkie is clearly on, and it would have gone through, but nobody has replied back to it. So it's the right channel. Clearly, it's within the range of whatever the walkie-talkie can last.
Ooh.
Okay. No one's answering.
Can I see the walkie-talkie real quick?
Here you go.
Does it have a like pager button? Like, I know a lot of the like camp walkie-talkies, you like push the button and it'll like boop boop and like boop boop on the other one.
Yep.
Cool. I'm gonna press that.
No sound yet.
Okay.
Good idea,
Okay. Yeah, really good idea.
So just meaning
This.
It's not within the immediate vicinity of where you
I'm
guys are.
shaking.
I'm genuinely getting scared now. me.
I'm getting excited.
I don't like. This is tapping into a deep reservoir of feels of like boop boop, and then you boop. Nope, no, I'm
And then it's a
running.
little bit closer the next time.
Yep, no, there would not be a next time. If I yell Murray after that and nothing responds, I'm running.
Towards the sound, yes.
No.
Rowan is. He's probably hurt.
Sure, you could think
Katie
that.
said monsters aren't real, so that calms Rowan a little bit.
Yep.
All right, archery.
Archery.
Sure. We'll just keep doing the boop boop.
Yeah.
Okay. So, all of you, I am moving all three of you. You're in a big bunch on my map here. So, all of you are going to the archery field. All right. So, when you guys approach the archery field, it's the 3 rows, just like we explained before in the second episode. And the shed is actually closest to where the targets are. It's a very small, simple shed, like very basic, nothing fancy about it. And it has the bar system for the lock for the door.
Boop boop.
Any sound?
Cool. All right.
No sound.
All right.
Open.
Let's get some.
Open the door.
Mhm.
Okay, so inside you'll have all of the bows are lined up on one wall. There's like shelving to keep them all in place. Several quivers where all of the arrows are placed as well. And there's like spare English melt brain. Spare pieces. So like extra twine and rope and stuff for like the handles of the bars. There's the extra line that they would do for the actual part that you pull back from the bow. Spare feathers for if they peel off at the bottom of the arrow for whatever the reason. And there's also some other random sports equipment that's there. Like anything for field hockey, grass hockey. Like little tiny like plastic pucks and the hockey sticks and whatnot, some nets and whatnot, and maybe a couple of pitcher's mitts with some baseballs. So there's a little random hodgepodge of some stuff in there as well.
Oh, grab a bow and a quiver.
Okay.
Full of arrows, and I double check to make sure that I'm not grabbing like tester arrows with like the little blocks on the end, and I'm grabbing real arrows because I pulled one out to make sure.
I'm gonna roll a d12, and then whatever I roll is the number of arrows that you'll have in your quiver. Okay. So let's do this. Oh, good. You have 11 arrows.
Ooh.
Okay.
Well armed.
Mm-hmm. So go ahead and mark that on your sheet as well for 11 arrows. Is there anything else that you guys want to look for inside the shed?
I'm good.
You're good?
Maybe I grab one of those balls of twine
Mhm.
and string, like one that looks like it's a full reel or something like that. So we've got some, I don't know, rope, strong rope.
So
That's
go
actually a
ahead and
good idea. Yeah.
add that to your inventory too.
I will also get some like capable rope.
Yeah, I got the twine. You get some rope.
Yeah, there
Well,
could
I've
be.
actually got some rope already in my backpack, but I'll get
Yeah.
some.
Oh.
I'll get some like fishing supplies wouldn't be in here, so that would make sense. But like, yeah, I'll get some twine as well.
Okay,
I'll just double down on that.
so 2 things of twine. So go ahead and add those to your inventory.
Is there anything like sturdier than that I could use as like a bit more of a melee weapon that's a little bit longer reach than the baton?
We could go get oars from the docks.
Field hockey stick, grass
Yeah,
hockey
the
stick.
field hockey sticks would be.
Is there a baseball bat? Was there a baseball bat in the sports shed?
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, because there was both gloves and yeah.
So there's
they've gotta be that.
there's a solid metal, so like the aluminum ones, and then there's a wood one. So like the all wood heavy duty wood one.
Is there a like shop area?
Was there
Like-
was there
like
a nail nail gun
Were there
in
nails
Murray's
somewhere?
Going to make
in
the
Murray's
bat.
thing?
Oh, there was a toolbox in Murray's thing.
There was a toolbox.
yeah,
in
Yes.
there might be
Okay.
a nail gun in there.
Yeah,
Oh,
are there or
God.
nails and a hammer? Whatever
nails
there
and a
is.
hammer,
I'm
yeah.
just okay, I'm taking the wooden one. Wait, can I take both? Can I put the wooden one? I'll hold the wooden one and I'm gonna go, put nails in it, but I'm gonna strap the other one to my back.
You're gonna be dual wielding bats.
Yes.
I will let you take both. I will say that the metal bat is slim enough to fit into another quiver if you were to dump all of the arrows out.
Okay, yeah, I'll do that. Absolutely.
Amazing.
Okay.
I'm gonna end up like fumbling for this metal bat at some point and getting killed because
Yep.
of it. It's gonna be great.
And I
This
will
is-
say there was a let's do this. I'm gonna do a D2. There is a full functioning nail gun that you would remember in Murray's toolbox.
Amazing. Well,
And
now
it's
I
a
kind of want to
wireless
wield.
one.
Now I kind of
so-
want to wield the nail gun.
You have to plug the nail gun. The nail guns are not
Your
portable.
nail gun's gonna
like,
be plugged in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll just go full on like cattle processing on this and just nail gun to the temple of the monster. It'll be perfect.
You're gonna have to carry a battery pack around with you.
Yeah, that's the main issue here.
rigged
Is
up.
having it be a
You go to
functional
like nail
device.
gun something and you run too
Yeah,
far
yeah.
and it like get caught.
Oh no,
on
it's
the wood.
wireless. It's a Mel said it was a battery powered one. It's fine.
Is it a battery powered one?
I'll have it be battery powered.
Oh
but
God.
Nah,
But you're-
I think I
will
would just
want
put.
you to roll though to see how good the battery is though.
I'll just use it to put nails in the thing for
Hit
now.
the bat. Do
Oh,
we
yeah.
really want to? Okay, hold on. This is going to be a can't undoozies
Can't
action.
undoozies,
Are
right?
we really? Do you really
Sure.
want to mess up the bat when it's entirely likely that Murray, like,
Maybe just keep it in mind, and we can always go back to do the bat, right?
So,
if
I
we
will
go back to
give
the
you-
mess hall and everyone's dead, then we do the bat.
Yeah.
I will give you a choice. Okay? You can keep the wooden bat and the metal bat exactly as they are, or I will let you roll a counselor roll. Actually,
This feels like
I'll-
a monster roll.
I'll-
If there ever
yeah.
was one.
or I will let you do a monster roll where if you succeed, you're not going to be able to keep the nail gun, but the nail gun will successfully put all of its nails in the bat.
oh God.
If you fail that roll, the nail gun breaks and the bat breaks. So now you will only have the one metal bat.
Choices.
Mostly the choice is I have a 2, so I have to roll a 1 or a 2 to
Yeah.
make this happen. Yeah, whatever. Kevin's going for it. He
Yeah.
knows what. Yeah. All right.
So it's a monster roll, okay?
Yup. I got a 1. So yeah. So as I think the other two are like, we're moving past a point where we can move back from. I think Kevin's just like.
Oh,
Okay.
well, that's fine.
All right. So you successfully
You guys
nail
can
gun
thank
has
me
been
later.
used, but you successfully have a bat that now has a shit ton of nails in it.
If we find Murray and he's fine, can you just throw that in the forest, please?
Yeah.
Sure.
That's
That's
not
fine,
worth
but-
explaining that one.
I think Mario will understand. He's the one who's out there hunting something. He took a gun.
Yeah.
All right.
All right. Boop.
Well, where are you guys off to
Snap.
next? What's the next step?
I guess we just get to the edge of the archery field and press it again, and then move on
Towards
to the docks.
lake. Yeah, docks area.
Okay. You're going to the docks?
And just
You hit-
every
you
now
hit
and then
button?
just do it. Boop boop.
Boop.
Boop boop.
It's distant, but you're getting closer. So
Oh,
you know at
well,
least it
well.
is not within the proximity of the lake.
It's
or
not
spot.
getting closer though. We're getting closer to it.
Yes.
Okay, cool.
So, okay, can we try and talk to Murray now?
You can
Again?
try and talk to him again.
Murray, are you there? Over.
No. No answer.
Over. Okay.
It's still going through, so it's still making its way through the channel to the other talkie, but no one's responding to it yet.
But nobody's walkie.
It's all walkie, no talkie.
So I guess we go to the well next.
You guys are also forgetting there's another place.
Oh, the flooded mine.
Mm-hmm. And still the forest edge.
Yeah, but
Which
Rowan's
direction
never
is
going
the-
in that forest?
Yeah.
So,
Which direction is the boop coming from?
The flooded mine.
Of course. Yeah.
Okay, look. I'm just gonna say this once. There's a very high likelihood if we follow this, we are going to die. If this is the movie rules.
If this is the movie, if yes.
Yeah, maybe not. Maybe there isn't. I'm just saying.
But if we follow it, we will for sure know the well, actually no. He might have just dropped it.
No, but we might find Murray.
dropped it in the flooded mine?
Or just dropped it on the ground near the flooded mine. I don't know.
I think our biggest goal right now should be to find Murray. I think that's like we got to get him back so that someone is in charge that's not Mikey.
Yeah.
Or us, because clearly
us.
we're at extreme ends.
Mhm.
I'm just matching Murray's level of extreme here. I'm just saying.
I
think
agree,
Murray
but-
set the goal. All right. To the mines.
Mhm.
Boop, boop.
We start heading up towards the flooded mines.
I hate this so much.
So as all of you are drawing closer to the mine, K-Rock, as you keep hitting the recall button on the top, it gets louder. Boop. Boop. Boop.
Do we see it anywhere? Can we like pinpoint where it's coming from?
As you get closer to the mine, you hear the echo coming from inside the mouth of the mine.
Fuck off.
God.
Now, this mine, all of you would know the history of the mines that are around the area. Around the 1800s, there was an attempt to make coal mines all the way up here in the, pristine areas of Minnesota. Unfortunately, as most histories of mines do, people have gotten sick. Depending on how greedy these companies were, the integrity of these mines did not last very long. Several of them collapsing just from poor management, hitting the wrong spaces at the wrong time, and to be frank, just being greedy. For the most part, the cave system that's around the area that the mine leads to, it's a relatively small mine as opposed to, several other mines all across the US. But this unfortunate circumstance happened. The majority of it is flooded, especially since the lake is right there. One miner hitting the wall too much, at the wrong spot where it all just kind of flooded. Decommissioned, obviously, after that. But there's still a little bit of space inside the mine. And when you three approach the mine, you can see on the walls that there are those really old gas lanterns. That you would just put on the fire and it would be based in oil and the whole thing would light up. But they've been out for years. And the interior of this thing is dark.
We have flashlights, so pull
Mhm.
mine out. And I click on down, looking down. Are either of the torches missing?
No, they're just
Okay.
really old and rusted, and they just have not been used at all. So they've just been sitting there as relics.
before we go into the mine, I think I'm gonna walk up to the edge of it and just Murray, if you're in there, can you come out, please?
Oh, this is bad.
He's hurt down there.
Murray, if I come into this mine and I end up dead because of you,
I'm just laughing at Roberts too. He is not having a fun time.
Fine.
It's the gate to peace. This is the last stop.
You just hear another.
Oh, nothing came through.
Yeah,
That's even
yeah, no,
terrifying.
even-
That's
even
even
worse.
I'm so much
Nothing
scared.
just-
Here, I
Insert
got you.
groan of pain here.
Insert groan.
Thank you.
Static. Then
does it sound
groan
like
of
Maury?
pain.
This is supposed to be scary.
No, you.
No,
you,
not that. No, all you,
You go
three
back to book
here
talk.
is.
Can my flashlight see anything? Can I catch anything? I'm standing right at it and I'm putting it everywhere.
Do you step inside the mouth, or are you still at the edge?
Edge.
You
Just
see the
edging.
walkie-talkie.
I press the button, Kara. Oh no.
And- Haley, I want you to roll me a d6. This is not a counselor or monster roll. This is just rolling a d6.
I don't even know what's good here. Oh, that's not good.
Right next to where the walkie-talkie is, when your light goes over some of the rocks, you see a shine cover some of it.
There's something else there, and Rowan just out of like, I think fear is driving her forwards, but she knows she could hear Murray making awful noises. So like, I feel like there's like this invisible force that's making her like step forwards, but like she's doing it as if she's like walking in like waist high water. So it's like really slow and really like forceful, but like. And I'm trying to get my torch to light up what was just there. And I'm looking back every second like...
As you draw closer, and the light starts to reflect a little bit past the walkie-talkie and where it is, you notice a pool of blood. And as you go further into the mouth of the cave, the pool of blood has a trail that is leading further, deeper into the cave.
Like
you hear-
dragged or dripped?
Dragged.
Ah,
You hear another.
Sorry.
Hey, K-Rock, can I have that metal bat?
Yup.
Okay.
And I think I'm like going in
Can I-
after Rowan.
The
with
bear
the
mace,
spike
please.
bat.
Okay, I got bat and bear mace.
Okay, good.
I'm strapped.
All right,
Cool.
Rowan, you
Ro-
stay behind me with the flashlight.
Okay,
I'll
I'm kind of
go-
like standing, so like I feel like you two are in front of me, and I'm standing like in between your shoulders with the flashlight, like.
You're our eyes, so don't drop it or run or anything.
I'm right here. I'm right here.
As we get close, I'll pick up the other walkie-talkie
Okay.
and just like stow it.
Mhm. Well, at least now, if we get separated, we can talk to each other, which
Yeah.
sounds a horrible thing to say, but
Just make sure
just in
one
case.
person
Two
doesn't
of
have
us
both
can.
walkies.
Yeah, no, K-Rock's got the one, right?
Okay.
And I've got the
Yep.
other.
Mhm.
And you three keep going in.
further in, following the
Further
blood
in.
trail.
A blood trail.
Let me remind. What's the player goal? Get your characters into trouble. Yep, we're following
Find
the
the
blood
leader.
trail.
Mine's find the leader, so
Mine's keep the kids safe, and I mean, I
You're
did a
doing great.
pretty okay job by locking them in there with Fort.
Oh, those
That's
are our
not bad.
goals. No, the
Chemical
player goal is
Uh-huh.
get your character into trouble.
oh yes, that That
Character goals are completely different. Mine is
All
at
right.
least.
All right. All of you start taking further steps in. And Rowan, your light shines on a jacket.
Mm.
And someone else is in that jacket.
Does it
And it-
look like a jacket from the missing photos?
You know for a fact it's not Murray.
That's not Murray. Can I like reach and I grab Tara's flashlight as well? and and see as I'm like, here, I'll give it back to you, don't worry. And so I'm like double lighting this up because like that's not Murray. If you need it, I'll put it back.
it's a person though. Yes, it's not like
Mhm.
the monster decided to have a fashion choice.
I can't see that.
It's not Murray.
I'm gonna
Who are you?
approach slowly.
Who is that? Hello.
Their back is facing you.
Yeah, that's worse.
So it's someone who is, on their side, like more in the fetal position. And you notice on their back that there are scratch marks. Really deep scratch marks.
Okay, you guys remember what I said about bites, right? I
Yep.
think it also applies to scratches.
Does it? What do you mean? Applies to
Just-
what?
Don't.
Is there-
You know,
They don't.
They wanna
don't
come
look
with
like
us.
bear scratches.
they want to come with us. We approach it cautiously, at least.
Are you awake? Like stick my foot between the two of them and like.
You hear a very deep groan of pain from the kick. And their faces, since they're kind of hubbled over in the fetal position, you don't see their face yet.
I'm gonna flip the bat around so that the knobby bit is away, and I'm just gonna like arc it around their shoulder and like pull them over so that we can see who this is.
Flashlight on the face.
While the butt end of your bat flips the person over, you see it's a woman. She flops on her back, and the whole left side of her face has been torn to shreds. There are pieces of her chest missing.
Are you okay?
That's
Sorry, this is Mel laughing. Now, the way that she's set up, her legs are facing the interior of the cave.
Mm-hmm.
And she's on her back and she's kind of looking up at all three of you, where her hands are just kind of on her sides like this. And she just does not look good. You could see
Does she
like
see that she
inside her.
recognizes us?
Okay, so
Does she
she's definitely
recognize?
also laying in prime, get dragged into the dark of the cave position. Wonderful.
Does
And
this
what the
look like-
three of you-
does this look like one of the two missing people that was on that little police missive?
the influencers?
Yeah.
No.
Could be a camper. Could be.
Are they wearing camping
else?
clothing?
What you recon, what you would have heard in the description in the automatic recording, Tara, is you would have heard some of the clothing description of each of these people. They were very broad, kind of blanket statements. But she matches the description of one of the missing campers. So, you don't have like face identification as to whether she matches it, but from the physical description of when they were last seen, she certainly matches the profile of one of those three campers missing.
Is she alive?
Is there more blood deeper into the
Yeah,
The
I
blood
think
trail stop here?
It
think-
stops there.
I think Tara like grabs the like flashlight and just starts leaning it up to like pivot to the back of the
Slow
cave.
pan.
Yeah, slow pan up.
So the blood stops there. It looks like she had an encounter with something or other, and it all kind of just stopped at that point. So she's been sitting there. You can see there's a pool of blood underneath her. She's been there for a little bit of time.
What's your name? Can she talk?
You could hear gurgling in her throat because some of the slashing on her face reached down to her neck. So it sounds like she's drowning in her own blood while she's trying to speak. And her lips are parting in her vain efforts to try and talk to the three of you.
What?
Tara,
Oh no.
roll me a counselor roll.
Oh, higher. A monstrous success.
So that means you get to ask me a question and you'll succeed, and I'll do whatever the thing is after your question.
Is there something else in this cave?
Yes.
Mm.
When you pan your flashlight up, you see two red eyes staring at all three of you. And it is locked. It is
Murray?
watching the
We should
three of
run.
you
We should,
intently.
we should run. It's not Murray. We should run. We should run. We should run. We should
Wait,
run.
no, hold on. Don't run. Don't run. Back away slowly.
Okay.
I don't know. It's like,
Sure.
is it like a bear? Is it
Yeah, like
we-
I've got my
the bear
arms
mace
up.
like ready.
I've got my arms up already from the torch, so I feel like I like widen them a bit, and I'm like, I'm a big scary monster. Ooh.
Loud banging noises. Ah!
Okay, let's
Um,
back out.
Do we? Can I grab onto the woman?
No, leave her.
No,
She's
no,
dead.
no, no.
You're fine.
Haley,
Oh no.
do me a counselor roll.
A 3, so I got over.
You'll grab the woman's arm
Yeah.
and you'll start pulling her. She's
Yeah.
dead weight at this point just because she is so injured. But you'll start pulling her with you. And she's trying her best not to scream out in pain. She has whimpers. But she's letting you drag her in the hopes that you can get her out.
Yeah, it's very slow, but I'm doing it. I can't leave her.
You, all three of you here. Those eyes are still fixed on all three of you.
Are they moving?
No.
Okay. Just keep backing up.
Just keep backing up.
Slowly.
Okay.
What you'll
but-
notice,
I pan the torch over to the eyes.
so these sets of
Sorry?
eyes are pretty deep in. So all you see right now, just as of now, is
Okay.
the eyes.
Okay, so the cave just like keeps going. Okay. Oh, it's a mine, of course.
All three of you
Oh no.
do me a counselor roll.
Oh no. This dice has been nice to me so far. I'm going to keep trusting it.
Ooh.
I got a fail
I also got a fail.
because I rolled a 1.
Okay.
Kevin's making it out
No,
alive.
wait, higher. Sorry. I got a success. Ah!
All right. So, Rowan, I'll
'Cause I'm
tell
bringing
you
the
in-
dead weight with me.
Yes. So, Rowan, you don't notice this yet because in the midst of trying to pull the woman, you kind of stumble a little bit, so your eyes revert down just to make sure you don't lose track of her. K-Rock
Oh no,
and
I
Tara.
pull the torch away and then I put it back up and
Now there's still one light, so Tara has her light still on the monster. But the two of you notice it's moving closer.
Move faster. Move
Faster. Move faster. Faster,
And
faster.
all
Don't turn your back.
three of you are inching towards the sunlight, because there's still some sunlight out despite the fact that it's raining. You start picking up an outline. You start to see more of a human face. But you
Sorry.
start seeing antlers growing from its head, almost to the same width as the cave.
Rowan, let go. Rowan, look. You can't
I'm
get her. We gotta go.
I'm
Let
I'm
go or pick
sorry.
her up. Let go or pick her
I'm
up.
sorry, and I let her go, and I am almost
want-
running backwards.
I want all three of you to now do a monster roll.
Oh, damn it.
Oh, okay. Because I failed, did my number got to 3?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Are we all threes now? No.
No, you're a 3. You're still a 3, and then Conlon is a 2.
Colin's a 2.
Yeah.
Did you roll a 1?
And I just rolled a 2, baby.
2, baby.
So
Oh
then
my god, I
you get
failed.
I also rolled a 2.
okay. So you get a question, Conlon. Matt, you succeeded. Haley, you failed. So, do you have a question before I say the next segment? Or do you want to save that?
My dog is barking in the background.
That's
I
okay.
apologize. Can we make it out of the cave distance-wise? Like, if this thing moves as fast as I think it moves with my horror movie knowledge, are we, like, hopelessly far away from the entrance of the cave? Or is it like,
No.
we might make it?
You can make it.
Okay, cool.
So the two of you succeeded. Haley.
I want to clarify my success real quick.
Mm-hmm.
Tara is backing away and is not going to just like run and bolt. If this thing looks like it's lurching, it's bear mace time.
Okay. So,
I'm guessing I spent a little bit too long saying I'm sorry to this woman that I'm leaving on the ground because I don't think that Rowan could take a step forward to try and pick her up. Like she would have to take 3 steps forward to get to like her body, like to her body to be able to grab her. So it's just not happening.
So what happens instead is the figure lunges forward. You see, Rowan, 2 massive, gnarly hands that look emaciated, sickly gray, and long extended claws sink themselves into the woman's chest. And with great speed, drags her into the darkness. You were holding the woman's hand, and you get lunged forward. You let go, but you fall smack into the trail of blood that is left. And all you hear in the darkness.
Oh no, you cut out.
Your mic peaked.
Fuck!
It was scream silence.
Hold it a
I
little
don't have a-
further away.
I don't have a go
Yeah, hold it
XLR.
further away.
Okay, hold on, let's see.
Nice.
Fuck you!
A scream and then it cuts out.
I'm assuming a crunch noise after the scream.
Yep.
Mm.
A sickly snap.
Okay. So I'm face forward in the dark right now. Have I still got my torch in my hand?
Mhm.
All right. I scramble to my feet, and I run. I turn and run. I turn and run. I'm terrified.
All 3 of you successfully make it out of the cave. And the first thing all 3 of you will notice is that Rowan is completely covered in blood.
Hey, bright news. Mess hall. Evidence. This is... No one can argue with this. This is not tomato juice.
Maybe it'll like it's like a mask. Maybe the well, it's like in zombie movies when they put the zombie guts on them and then they're like, oh, I'm a zombie too. Maybe you'll like.
What if it makes me smell like a tasty treat?
That is also a possibility.
I'm gonna go wash this off.
I would go like the showers and not the lake.
No, I'm not going in the lake. I think showers is a good plan. Can we go to the showers quickly before we go to the radio tower? We need to send this beacon now.
Yeah, let's go.
What the fuck just happened? Was that real? Did you see
Monster.
that?
We all saw it.
Yeah.
Are we not going to the mess hall? Are we not telling people this? We need to just get out.
We wanna
How? The buses
yeah.
don't come back for like a week.
we need to get this message out. Like, that's the most important thing. If we go to the mess hall, we could send everyone into a panic, right? I'm freaking out. Imagine what everyone else is going to be doing if I walk in there, like, covered like this.
At least Katie will believe you. Oh.
Yeah, we can drop off the. Maybe
Katie's-
we could do that.
Okay. I
We'll do
wasn't gonna
that,
say it.
and we'll drop off.
Katie's
maybe
probably
we
dead
can drop
already.
off- We can drop off a walkie-talkie. We can take a walkie-talkie to the mess hall, right?
That's... maybe you're right. Radio, just stick to the plan. Radio tower, signal for help.
Yeah, right.
Yep, let's do
Okay.
it.
At least get an axe.
And Rowan, I'm hoping that maybe she's got a little bit of clean material somewhere, and she just uses it to like wipe up her face.
Mhm.
And she's like, "Radio tower,
way
it's
you
fine.
landed-
It's fine."
Mostly just the front, so your sleeves would be fine.
I'm gonna say Kevin tears like a crop top off of his shirt. It's like so he's just rocking a crop top now.
So she pretty much just smears the blood until it's like at a thin enough layer that it'll dry, and then that's it. She's just like, "Yep, okay, let's do this."
Looks great. You got it. Good.
Thank you.
Good work.
Did I get it?
Uh-huh.
Okay,
Yep.
good. Yep. No, just wipe it a little bit more on my orange shirt. At least fits kind of. When you said that I was still holding her hand, I thought maybe her hand was going to be left
I
in
was
my
waiting.
hand, and
No,
I
no,
was
no, no, no.
stoked. So this actually was a better option because having a hand left over in her hand would have made Rowan pass out. So.
I genuinely had like Jurassic Park flashbacks just then.
I'm
Oh,
not
thank
gonna
goodness.
Samuel Jackson this shit. Come on.
Yep. All right, let's run to the radio.
Literally run like full
Yes.
speed.
Yeah, we're running.
Okay. So you'll go around the forest edge towards the radio tower.
We're not going through the forest edge. No.
You want to go through the
No,
forest?
absolutely
Would we-
not.
Would we take a shortcut from the mine to?
It does look like a shortcut.
Is there like a trail
Mhm.
back? Like, is there like a safe way? Because like it would be a shortcut if there's like a path. But
Yeah.
we're gonna be
Yes.
like jumping brambles and stuff.
There
and
would
that's
be a
not-
bunch of paths that are cut through the
Oh, no.
forest, just because with orienteering and stuff, there would be set paths set up
Ooh,
for the kids.
this is like Kevin's area though with the bushcraft stuff. So would I know which like paths to take? Can I just be like
Mhm.
this way?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I'm not thinking too much about it. I mean, the mine is where the monster is, so the forest is fine as
Sure.
far as Rowan can tell.
Faster.
And she's gonna, it's faster. Let's go.
And to us, it would be faster to go through the forest because of that path, right?
Yes.
Then yeah, we do that.
Okay, so Kevin, you are leading the charge for all this?
Yep.
Okay. Roll me 3d6 for counselor roll.
Okay, this is a good one. This is I have to roll above a 2.
You got your bushcraft. You're crafty in the bush.
That is 3 successes.
Okay.
Yes.
2
So
3s and a 5.
that means you get an extra effect. Okay. So
We killed the monster, yay!
I'm not getting you off that easy. Okay.
You don't know me.
We're gonna find another body, and that's gonna be the success.
Yeah.
yeah. Could be hanging from a tree.
Just Murray, one half in one tree and the other half in another tree as we sprint past.
The reward is we found his shotgun.
Yeah.
So, what winds up happening, leading the charge, K-Rock, it's easy breeze for you. You know exactly which trail you need to take through the forest. And you notice some movement deeper in the forest. In your efforts to lead the other two, you're jumping over like some of the fallen trees that are, in the way. I want Tara and Rowan, I want the two of you to roll me 1d6 counselor.
You gotta be like, your counselor has to be.
Your counselor must. Yeah.
It's really high now, right?
I am turning into a monster now.
You are.
Like,
yeah.
Well, you
So-
were at monster though, right? And then you went up.
No,
to
she was
counselor,
super
No,
counselor.
that
It
too.
I
just
was
keeps you
super
rolling low.
counselor, and I keep rolling ones, so I fail, right?
You're going
That's how
full
it works.
monster. Yeah.
So this goes now to 4.
Mm-hmm.
I just rolled a 4, so I
Oh.
succeed.
I'll do this, Haley.
Mm.
I'll let you keep your 3. This is going to be something similar to what happened to Tara at the last episode, okay? In your efforts to try and keep up with K-Rock, your foot ends up getting caught in a root of one of the local trees, and you fall. Except you're falling just off of a small ledge. It's a small inclined plane.
The one without a walkie-talkie.
It's not a steep ledge.
No, but you guys keep running, hey? That's the point. That's the fail part.
I'll say, because Kevin rolled so well, he heard you fall. Okay?
Okay.
You stumble, foot gets caught, you start falling forward. You hit along the edge of this small hill and you're tumbling all the way down. You're hitting branches and leaves and bushes, and it's not a fun and pleasant experience. You make a solid thunk at the bottom of the hill. And when you look up and open your eyes, you see a bear's face. Eyes wide open.
Just the face.
And teeth are fully exposed.
Ah! Toss me the mace!
So I saw this happen.
You saw her fall over the side.
Okay.
So you're able to track where she is.
I'm just out of fear. I grab my pocket knife and I just stab at the face of the bear. Right? Like, if I'm face to face with it, it's gonna kill me. So I may as well try and get some shots in. So I like sit up, and as I'm sitting up, I'm like.
Okay. What are the two of you doing? I'll react to that in a second, but I want to see what these two are doing first.
As she goes over the edge, I'm like, shit, and I like try to slow, controlled descent down as well behind.
In Rowan's head right now, she's like, they're gonna leave me. I'm dead weight, they're gonna leave me.
I'm gonna toss. If K-Rock is descending the slope, I'm gonna toss the bear mace to K-Rock. Here you go. And I'm gonna start like tying off a rope to a tree up here so I can get them like a means of egress out.
Okay. K-Rock. What you'll notice while Rowan is in the midst of turning the bear's face into a shish kebab is that the bear's already dead.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Only thing scarier
I
than a bear is
thought
a
I thought
bear
so
that's been
too, but
killed by
I
something
didn't
else.
want to. Rowan didn't know that.
Yeah,
so.
for sure.
What you'll notice is that there is a massive hole in the side of this bear. The entire interior cavity, this thing's been eviscerated.
Good.
Something bigger clearly decided to munch on this bear.
Oh, dear God.
And in the midst of this frenzy of Rowan trying her best to defend herself against a opponent that's already dead.
Yeah, she gets like 3 stabs in before she realizes I shouldn't be able to hit it this easily. Like,
So you'll pull back, your knife is bloodied, and then that's when you'll notice the bear has already been dead for who knows how long.
Mhm.
And then Tara, you'll start seeing it too as you're descending further down the hill.
We should definitely keep moving.
Yeah, can get me the fuck out of this. And I guess I use the bear's face to kind of get up a little bit. Like, I don't know. I'm like, I don't have a heart or a soul anymore. I'm so fucked. Use this rope to get out of here.
Yeah. I don't know what Melissa's doing.
Nope. You're gonna
Did I
have
cut
to
out
start-
again?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Monster screams.
Maybe keep it away. Try Mount Monster Screams from there. Yes! You got the first part in.
Fuck. All right. Well, insert monster scream.
Nailed it.
Got you.
All 3 of you look up, and you'll see a pair of red eyes looking at you again.
Tara's just tossing the rope down the hill and running down the path. Gone.
It's even
Bye-bye.
faster, there's more than one.
Are all 3 of you running?
Are
I
we
mean,
back
if
up
we-
the hill? Can we get
Did
out?
we manage to get back up?
So, it's not a tall hill, so you guys would be able to climb up.
Yeah.
However,
Yes.
I need all 3 of you. Are any of you helping each other up the hill?
I've given them the rope. That's...
Yeah.
Okay.
Tara's
I'm at the
down
top
rope.
of the hill. I never went down
Yeah,
there.
I feel like the rope was the help, but probably I feel like at this
Okay.
point.
So, I want
not.
you, Rowan, and you, K-Rock, to roll 2d6 for me, for counselor rolls. Can you what?
I got 2
Trying to
successes. Thank fuck.
Okay, yeah, I was gonna say, I think K-Rock might try to stay down to let Rowan get up first, and then go up himself.
Hi, Dougie. Okay. You roll 2d6. Rowan, you roll a third d6.
Got the bat. 2 successes.
2 successes, okay. And then, how about your third one, Rowan?
Oh, well, I got a 3rd dice. Sorry,
Mhm.
Because K-Rock is also helping you with pushing you up the hill.
I got a 3, so I got my number.
Okay. So, you get to ask me a question. And, because you got a success, you also get an extra effect.
Okay.
So,
My question is this the same creature that we saw in the mine?
no.
Oh no.
Yeah, there's more than one. Goody.
And for the extra effect, since it's much closer, I'll give you this. You notice there is a mark on the neck of this second one. And if you recall, for the 2 influencers that are missing, the male, there was a male and a female, had a tattoo on his neck. And it looks eerily identical.
Oh dear God. Run.
Okay. So all 3 of you get up to the top of the hill. and you're gonna book it, right?
Mhm. Can I
Okay.
retrieve
And
my rope?
Tara's so much further in front of us.
I was gonna say, is it possible that I wasn't sure what the timing was, so if it's possible that it would have made sense to stay behind and like keep the rope, I would do that. But if it's like I don't know if they're gonna survive or not, then I will have tossed the rope and just hauled ass.
I will say, since K-Rock stayed behind, regardless of whatever happened to K-Rock, thankfully
Yeah.
he survived.
Yeah.
You realize you had a little bit of extra time
Okay.
to get the rope back. So what I want you to do is I want you to roll a counselor roll. If it's a success, you got the rope back. If it's not a success, you kind of bailed on it and then you left.
Would I be able to roll 2d6 because my specialty is knots?
Yes.
Okay. I got one of them was a success.
Okay, so
I
one
got a
being
6 and a 1.
Yeah. So what happened is you actually, instead of you were like, fuck, this knot is too good, and you sliced it where the knot is, so your rope's like
No.
a smidge shorter.
Or I was thinking that I was making a rope that is like hard from one end, but if you tug the other end, it just comes undone.
So you barely succeed, but there's a complication that comes with it.
Oh no.
Okay. You get your rope back, but you're realizing the knot is just too much,
So I do cut it.
and you'll have to cut it.
Yep.
I was
I've got-
expecting you get the rope
Now
back.
then.
There's a Wendigo at the other end.
There's a Wendigo on the other end. Oh boy.
You pulled it towards you.
I'm so good at fishing. Ah! So I'll put rope slightly shorter.
Yes. I'll say you lost 3 feet of rope. And I would say that you probably had like a 10-foot thing of rope,
Yeah. Okay.
so you'll have like about 7 left. Now,
Fucking book it.
all of you, Taro, you would be the last one since you tried
Oh,
getting
no.
your rope. You will see the Wendigo with the mark on its neck emerge from the shadows of the forest. Sickly, large deer antlers, this like slate gray with bits of foliage decaying and dying and moss hanging on the edges of it. Sickly red eyes looking out, and slate gray skin pulled tight across all of its facial features. Its lips are raw and butchered from very sharp teeth. Its whole body is elongated as it's stretching and reaching, crawling across the forest floor. As long, sickly fingers wrap on top of the bear, and its teeth bear out. Long, sickly arms and legs, no clothes on. And it looks sickly and hungry.
Was it protecting the bear, or is it moving over the bear towards us?
It's moving over it towards you.
Oh no.
You still
well,
have enough time to run. Yeah,
I've stopped. I've obviously stopped to have a look, and can I just pull out my phone and snap a pic before we fail?
Give me a counselor roll.
Didn't we turn our phones in though? Do we still?
Yeah,
do
you
we have
did.
them?
You
No,
did.
yeah, I
but
don't-
you don't
I
have
don't
your
have a
phone
phone.
Oh,
anymore.
I thought
Ebony's
you
the only
rolled.
one with a
Yeah,
phone.
Ebony's the
Yeah,
only
Ebony's
one
the
that
only
did
one
it.
with
I
a-
couldn't remember who it
yeah.
was.
Because I just
Taylor
remember
is
saying
the
we
one
would get
with the
we would get a photo for bloody Katie, and I was just like, in my head, I was like, this is the perfect time to snap a pic.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't have a phone, so
All right. So
all
all of
good.
you
I
are
just
running.
like memory.
Mhm. All of you are running.
Mhm.
Managed to successfully get away.
Get
at
to
least
the
for
fucking
moment.
radio tower.
I just realized we're running from one red zone to another red zone.
Yep. Yep.
Oh, goody.
It doesn't
Alright.
end.
There's an
So-
axe there though.
All of you burst out of the forest sedge thanks to K-Rock's navigation skills. all of you are booking it for the tower, and emerging not too far behind you are 2 Wendigos. At the same time, you're hearing the roaring thunder starting to pull in, and the rain starting to cascade down. I need all 3 of you to roll me a counselor roll again.
What's this?
The fact that we're running towards another red area makes me think of that one insurance commercial where it's like, quick, hide behind the chainsaws.
Yeah.
Was it a counselor roll?
Counselor roll, yep.
Yeah, I got a success.
Okay.
I got a monstrous success. I rolled a 3.
Okay.
My first failure. I rolled the one number that I couldn't roll.
Okay.
It sucks that your number doesn't go towards
The thing you were doing, yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So, Rowan and Tara, the 2 of you are marching, running your way towards the radio tower. And unfortunately, K-Rock, since it's already started raining, slips and falls on the grass. And the 2 of you will notice that he is not catching up with you 2. Now, Tara, you have your one question you can ask me.
Oh, no. Is there anything that would help K-Rock get back up and catch up with us?
Your bear mace would help.
He's got it. He has my bear mace. 'Cause I sent him down the hill with it.
Okay.
Okay. so
Rowan
that-
is going to double back for K-Rock.
No, he's
The
got the
other
mace.
thing
Keep
you-
running.
The other thing you know is you would know the bear mace will react violently to
Water.
the lighter that Rowan has.
She turns around like, no, he's got your lighter. Use it'll ignite the mace.
Yep, I book it back over to K-Rock and I help him get up, and I'm hoping that he's like holding the bear mace out, and I pull my lighter out, and
Okay.
I guess we're both kneeling in the mud right now.
Anime combo
With
attack,
2
flamethrower, counselor.
The 2 Wendigos like coming up towards us.
Mm-hmm. So,
Oh, chili flames!
okay, K-Rock, I need you to roll me a monster roll, and you get 2d6 with that. Because you have Rowan helping you.
Right in the middle. I just went up to a 3, so we'll see how this goes. What is it? A monster roll?
Monster roll.
gotta
So you
roll
want a
below
1, 2, or
3.
3?
I rolled 2 6s, which is 2 failures.
The bear mace is actually empty. Like,
So, in your efforts, Rowan, to try and spark the lighter, because it's raining, it doesn't light. The bear mace, though, still works.
it just sprays out directly the wrong direction.
You're aiming it at the... Oh.
Yeah.
Okay,
Like-
so... You're fumbling, K-Rock, with the bear mace. Since the bear mace has safety mechanisms, it'll have like a little lever you'll need to pull first before it enables you to prime it and spray it. So you're fumbling around with it. In the meantime, one of the Wendigos grabs your shoe with its gnarly fingers and starts dragging you away from Tara and Rowan.
I grab onto him immediately, and I'm glad that he wears loose shoes that he doesn't do his shoelaces up on, and then.
Okay. So, K-Rock, I'll let you do a counselor roll to wiggle yourself out. I'll let you do 2d6 since Rowan is helping you, acting as like an extra weight. And then before that, Tara, is there anything you want to do?
Keep running.
You're on mute.
Muted.
I'm running for the radio tower.
Okay.
Yeah, like, I know how all these horror movies go. You don't stop and help.
Nope.
And this is why Rowan's never seen a horror movie. She doesn't.
My help was telling them how it could get better for them. It's clearly gone wrong, and I'm not going to invest in their failure.
No, I just said sorry to someone and left them, and then they got eaten by this monster. So I can't do that again.
Yeah. So 2d6, K-Rock.
Counselor.
Yep. Or I'll let you have an option. So don't tell me the answers yet, okay? You could give me a counselor roll with 2d6, and you could try and wiggle your way out, holding on to Rowan to help you. Or you do a monster roll where you're kicking the shit out of the Wendigo's face to wedge yourself free from your shoe, and using Rowan as a means to help you get back up so the two of you bolt for the radio tower.
Okay. I already know what I rolled. Do you want me to re-roll if I change?
You're like, I'm gonna make it be the one that I won.
Since I told you after the fact, you tell me which one you want, because I gave that to you as a late option.
Okay. I think Kevin would use the monster roll
Okay.
as more of a like aggressive, like I'm getting away, not like a run kind of thing,
Okay.
which is advantageous to what I rolled.
Okay.
But
So what did you roll?
regardless, I rolled a 3, so that's one monstrous counselor moment.
Yes.
And I rolled a 2, which is below the thing. So that is a. Oh wait,
Success.
actually. Wait, I just rolled 2 failures, right? A second ago. I can't remember if I bumped my thing up because I fell, but then I also failed to like. Yeah. Okay. Never mind. It's just 2 successes. It's not a thing.
So
Not a monstrous.
Yes. I forgot to bump my score
It's
up
okay.
from the 3 to
Okay.
the 4.
So you have a success. So in the midst of the Wendigo grabbing at your shoe and dragging you closer to it, you manage to recoil your leg back, and like a like a coil, you just sock your foot right into its face. It screams as it just pulls its hand back, and all it does is pull your shoe off. So it's disoriented.
Dragging him.
Okay. So 2 of you start booking it, shoeless on your part, K-Rock, for 1 shoe. But now all 3 of you manage to successfully get to the inside of the radio tower. All 3 of you go through the door. I imagine you close it shut.
Yes, and I'm immediately going for the axe.
Okay. And that's where we're going to end our episode today, everybody.
Gosh.
Oh
So-
God.
Panning out from the radio tower, where everyone else inside the mess hall is completely unaware of what happens.
They're just
One
enjoying
Wendigo
some thoughts.
with a tattoo laced on its neck, looking oddly similar to the tattooed influencer. And the second Wendigo with the same tattoo on the inside of its wrist, looking like the other influencer,
Mhm.
starts slowly encroaching on the radio tower. Very enticed of the snacks inside.
We are just determined to recreate the quarry here.
Can I just ask a general question that yeah, I won't use it for anything, but if that woman that was in the mine got completely eaten, that's not a turn into Wendigo. That's you were a meal. Like, because you can't come back to life. It's not like zombie rules where like your body just stays alive. Okay, cool, perfect.
Wendigos end up being people who wind up being possessed. The lore being, the spirits are free roaming. They need a vessel in order to inhabit, and that only happens when someone caves and actually succumbs to eating human flesh. So in this version, I'm not going to tell you if there's turning or not, but that is the general conciseness of the lore.
Noted. Alright.
And we will see all of you, not next week, but the week after, as Tales of Initiative is taking a break next week for Gen Con.
So unless you're at Gen Con, then we will see you next week.
Then we will see you next week, yeah.
But until then, are you all ready for more Tales?
Always!
Okay, stick around. We're doing a raid, so don't go anywhere. Have a good night, everybody.
Have a good night.
Bye-bye!
Bye-bye.